bathroom, so let me check and make sure. Boom. Because I got my speaker in my bathroom. Good morning, everybody. So, oh, thank you so much, Mr. Sniper. I appreciate you. I do. Y'all know I ain't gonna say that because that would not be the truth. Uh, every day that I get on here is a reminder that God answered my prayers, not for TikTok, not for Instagram or any of that. I don't care about social media. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really don't. I try now, even now that I work here, I don't be on social media that much. I try not to be on it as much as I can. The internet, I'm starting not to like it. But I do want to say to you that it is draining cooking because I don't. My mind is so. I can't even read no more, and that is driving me nuts. I can't sometimes get my thoughts together. Two, because I be worried about y'all. I worry about if I've said something that will turn you away from God. I worry about a lot of different stuff that I didn't have to worry about before. And so then it consumes my mind sometimes, and I can honestly understand. Like I told y'all, when I used to see like people that did the whole internet thing talking about they need a vacation, I'm like, what do you do? Really? But I understand. Especially if you're the type of person that connects with the people that you care about. And I feel like we have a different type of community on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I don't feel like, yes, y'all, I broke my nails because I was moving stuff around. But, well, I broke one when I was on live and I broke the other one. Anyway, I'm going to fix them. That's not what I'm talking about. Anyway, I just want y'all to know because I know y'all pay attention to everything. But it's different now. It's different because I really do pray for y'all. I really do be worried. I really do pray that everybody got their stuff. And I worry about y'all mental stress. I worry about if your kids are eating, do they have warm clothes? That's why I go ahead and tell my experiences about shopping at the Goodwill and going to the clearance rack and all of these things. So if you can relieve some stress so that you can open your mind up to hear what God has to say to you, then everybody's life in your house is going to be better. The fact that you all let your children tell you that they see monsters in their room now, I know that has brought peace because kids waking up screaming in the middle of the night, especially as a mama. I don't know about daddies because daddies sleep kind of hard, but mamas, baby, it will shock your whole spirit and you frantic, hard to go back to sleep. All of these different things. So hopefully now you praying over your baby's bed and making them say their prayers at night and teaching them how, if something does come in their room, to call on the name of Jesus. I know for a fact because the spirit start. I'm telling y'all, this is not a dimple in my forehead, and I know y'all see it a lot. This is not a dimple. I was jumping on the bed and something pushed me. I still remember I was 3 years old. My parents don't even understand when my hand got cut. Something literally walked my body into the living room at like 2 o'clock in the morning. My daddy was fixing a box fan. I'm one of the reasons why they made them plastic. Me, because this hand, this cut open into pieces, into 5 pieces. This right here, you see that? This pinky was off, and you can see because the cuts is on the back. If I open this hand up, you can see right there, there's cuts. My hand was cut into 5 pieces. That's why it looks different from this one. Stronger. It's the hand I write with, but also all my nerves, all my tendons were torn. I was 3 years old, two. And I remember my dad was like, when I was 30, I got burned. My dad said, how do you remember that? I remember you driving. I remember you holding me in because it was a traumatic experience. It's burned in my mind, I'm guessing. But also with this, I was jumping on the bed when I was about 3 or 4 years old, and my mama had walked to the bathroom. Something pushed me off the bed, and I fell straight down. You know, our parents used to have them old black rails, the little cheap ones you go buy at the store when you get your mattresses, and it's been moved so many times that it's now at a point. I fell head first onto that and crawled to the bathroom. I remember it like it was yesterday. Crawled to the bathroom and was beating on the door. My mama kept saying, wait, wait. I said, mama, mama. And she opened the door and it was just blood all down my face. That's how this got here. I showed y'all about this good old mark right here. Circle got real good and bold and prideful and all of that, honey. And 25, you couldn't tell me nothing. I done pushed out these kids. I'm living far away from my family. I'm doing good. And that was it. Had got in the club, left the office for a minute. And this old lady said something to me about some vanity. And I looked at her. I said, "You just mad because you old." And I'm still young and beautiful. Circle has had a lot of different lives. And that night, I had on all white. Y'all know when you go in the club at all white, it's like an angel that showed up. So I stayed in some all white. You hear me? Everybody gonna see me come through this door. Get me some crispy white to go where the black lights was. You hear me? And do y'all know that on the way, my van that I had, the window didn't go up because I had left it down. Mamas, y'all know, getting the kids in the house, forget. It rained and it messed up the motor, right, in my window. So, no, I take that back. That window went down. My driver's side window was the one I would leave down. So I had to push it up and make it stay up. I'm going to the club, y'all, and I'm driving down this road and they're doing some construction on the road. They have like scaffolds and stuff. Do y'all know that a pole, and I told this story before, but I tell it because I be wanting these young people to understand. A pole, a random pole they had left in the street of the scaffold, popped up. I was going like 70 miles an hour, going. You know what I mean? Ain't even supposed to be going 70, but I'm ready. I'm cute. I'm whatever. That pole popped up and hit my passenger side mirror. It flew. It sounded like a gun, I promise. It flew in my window and cracked on my face. 7 minutes later, I get to the club. My eye is black. It's blood all over my white clothes. And people think I done got into a fight or somebody done jumped on me. I know that nigga ain't nobody hit me. Do y'all know that my eye was black for like 3 months? Some old weird stuff. A black eyes go away in what? 2 weeks? A week? Baby, for 90 days. I had to put makeup on my face. I had never had bruises on my face like that or nothing. And everybody for 3 months would say, "Who hit you? Who hit you?" Nobody hit me. You can tell us. Did nobody beat me, I promise. The guy I was dating at the time, he came and brought his big old black self in there. He was tipsy. He probably had just left the club, and they try to stitch my eye up, and this big old Negro is throwing his arms around the nurses like, "Ooh, she was an Asian lady. He gonna have to wake up." I said, "Yeah, he is." Because he about to put me in more danger. She putting the numbing medicine in my face, and he about to smack the needle down in my day. Get up. What are you doing? Get up. Get up. So I had these stitches in my face. It was just crazy. It was crazy. So when I tell you that, I tell you these stories, one, because I want you to understand that God has been with me in every crazy situation that CERCA has allowed herself to get into. Right? But also, He has protected me, He has kept me, and there has been spirits that have been chasing me my whole life. And I would tell my parents, and they didn't listen. And I drew this stuff out in pictures at school. Nobody paid attention. All I did was draw blood and gore. And when I told stories, because the school I went to was like a creative art school, so we always had to write like 5 or 6 books a year. Okay. You hear me? But all of the stuff that I wrote about, if a teacher was paying attention, they would understand that I was not in a good mind space as a kid. But when I went to sleep, all I saw was spirits chasing me fighting for my life. Y'all don't know what y'all kids go through when they sleep. And them spirits that you don't want to acknowledge, It's telling your babies to hurt themselves, to hurt other people, telling them lies. All of these things, they matter. Because them same spirits been trying to get your girl for a minute. And then when when I had my kids, I started noticing the same things that was happening to me when I was a kid started happening to my kids. So one of the main reasons that I get up here and tell y'all all of these stories is because I know they relate in one way or another. Do you see what I'm saying? You can relate to being scared as a kid and seeing stuff in your parents not believing you. So hopefully you believe your children. Hopefully you praying over your babies when they go to bed. Hopefully you are addressing the issues, because this is how generational curses stay, because we don't address them. So that spirit can keep tormenting everybody in the house, and they don't come by themselves. We know that. So the things that you learn here, I share my stories not to brag, not to whatever. I share y'all my story, all of them with y'all, so that y'all can see. Walking with Christ is not church. Walking with Christ is understanding every single situation. I know why my face got bust open, because I was vain. And now every time I look in my face, this is a life lesson. But the spirit of vanity I allowed to take over. You understand? I allowed that spirit to be here. And then stuff started happening to all the body parts that I glorified. Kid you not. Ooh, I was like, what if you on a roll, ain't you? You gonna scar up everything I done said is pretty. You hear me? I was like, what is going on? Don't do this to me, Dad. He said, no, because what you felt like you look like, or these things that you put above me, or you take credit for, I stain them for you so you don't think so highly of them. My nephew would say, things were I would pray for him, but it didn't penetrate. Listen, prayers are not always for right now. My son and brother used to see things when they were children. Now they sleep with some type of light on. And do. The only time I slept in a dark room was when I slept with my husband. I got my diffuser. Yeah. I got night lights all in my house still. And I'm 43, auntie. Good morning, Maury. Your son says it get worse when we pray. Of course it does, because those spirits is something in your life that keeps them attached there. Do y'all realize that we talk about doors? Let's talk about doors. Who want to talk about doors? Anybody want to talk about doors? Let's do it. Let's talk about doors, openings, windows. Do y'all want to or no? Y'all want to talk about doors? Because it's a whole bunch of them that a lot of people don't even know be open. Where is my spray? That's glass cleaner. This right here. I'll be about to mess up these boards. Y'all remember this? Who remembers the chains? Let's do that. And where is the hood tail? Dang it. I don't know what I did with the hood tail, y'all. Oh, let's go get another, shall we? Because these be making it wet. See that? Oh, there it goes. Thank you. I love y'all, but this little hood tail here, get it done quick. You see? Let's just do this right here. And get this going. So, give me a second, y'all. Y'all can tell I wiped some good walls to keep you. All the day kids. It's crazy because my kids say all the time, Mom, my two babies that's mothers, they be like, I don't know how you did it. Because by their age, I had 3 or 4. By my oldest daughter's age, I had 4. And by my middle daughter's age, they got 1. I had about 3. She about to be 21, so I was working on my 3rd. They be like, how did you keep us? Because I was on it. Have a seat. Sit down. I didn't start when you was 2 trying to train you. The moment you started to crawl, we're working on stop and sit. Don't move like a puppy. Because I got 4 kids and I'm under 5. I can't have you running around like a wild banshee. I can't chase all of y'all at one time. Sit down. And my kids would, crisscross applesauce. People used to be like, and I was only 24, 25 years old. I wasn't playing with you. Have a seat. Be quiet. And I didn't have to beat on them all the time. I just didn't wait till they was 4 to start trying to train them in manners. When they would push past me or whatever, excuse me. And they'll look at me. I said, excuse me, because whatever you say, they gonna say. So then they start saying, excuse me. Oh, okay, you can say it with attitude, but you better say, excuse me. You'd have never thought I had 4 kids? Yeah, and some grandkids. And if I didn't give them a tools, God, I'd have had about 20. Thank you, Jesus. I know we ain't supposed to do it now, but back then, no. I'd have had 1,000 kids. I ain't Myrtle, honey. The doctor said, if you have another kid, you might not make it. I get it. I feel that. Let me stop. Let me just go on and not, because my grandfather had 52 children. My grandmother had, I think, 14, something like that. Then he had children with other people. So, no, my family is massive. All right, doors. Okay. Now, there's physical doors and spiritual doors. So, we're going to put a P for physical and an S over here. Let's do this. Physical, spiritual. Okay, y'all got me? Everybody with me? Okay, so let's look. What's the physical door? What types of physical doors are there? Tell me. I'll do one. Let's do this. And this one goes on both sides. This is like Pictionary almost. And no, I'm not an artist. I can color my tail off, but I can't draw worth crap. A rotating door. Okay. A closet. What else? A car door. Front door. Ooh, front door. You want to be taken in through the front door of the back? Woo! You a back door kind of owl, a sir, or a front door. A sliding door. Okay. Mirrors. Saw somebody say mirrors. Garage. Okay, hold on. What about a gate? Because you can't get to the door most times unless you go through a gate. Right. Elevator. Okay. Now, all right, we good. Open windows. Good job. Or close windows. Okay. Okay. So, can I show y'all another door over here that we're going to write down at the bottom? Can y'all see that? What that say? That look like an A, but it ain't. It's an O. This the number 1 doorway right here. Your body is the biggest doorway you got in any situation. Ooh. Spiritual doorways. Let's have it. Because we're going to break all these down. Come on. Your heart, which is technically your mind. Eyes, ears, thoughts. That's not right? Did I spell that right? No. Yep, I did. Didn't I? Okay, good job. Let me make sure. Your soul. Your Virginia. We gonna say the juice box. Or magic stick. Funny. Your Virginia. I love it. I love it. I knew that was coming. Your Virginia. That is too funny. And the magic stick. Don't forget that. Hilarious. Prayer can be a spiritual doorway. Yes. But we're looking for more. Well, if you're praying for the wrong things, that definitely could be. Ooh, feelings. Artifacts. That's a good one. Artifacts. Good job. Relics and things. Blood. Ooh, you said it. Ritual. Come on, Amber. Okay. We're going to stop there because we full. We're going to stop there. Magic. We'll put magic. Well, magic and rituals. I know that don't look like magic, but it is. I need to go get some water, y'all. Hold on. I got coffee. Let me get some water real quick. I was going to bring this in here, but I'm not. So moms and dads that got kids at home, I know y'all probably be on Amazon getting everything, and I'll be late to stuff because I don't have little kids no more. But I got one of those Ziploc bag organizers, the wood ones, that has like snack bag, gallon size, quart, freezer, whatever, and hung that bad baby on the wall. I do not have to fight with different size Ziploc bags any longer. Because I'd still, with me, if I'm going to pack something, a couple vegetables, I want the little snack size, whatever. Baby, they got the bamboo, what's the names on there? And they got where you can hang it on the wall or leave it on the counter or whatever. If you got little kids and you don't want them grabbing the wrong size bag, take a picture or something that they'll realize what it is, like snack, and they'll know snack size, post it up there. They got the cute little cameras now, they stickers. So yes, lady, I got one. And I hung mine right up under mine because I got the little knife stick, the magnetic stick where you hang all your stuff, and then it's right under there. It's perfect. Oh, yeah. And I've had it for a while. I just put it up on the wall the other day because it was laying on the table, but I had to use the table for the cheese. So I went on and put it up. You have one. They are the best. Yes, because you be having, like, you have that drawer. Yours in a drawer. Mine was in a drawer too, but I'm pulling out the wrong size bags and all of that. I don't have time. I need to go to the size I need and more efficient. So, and I would have had them in bags for years, but I would just keep them in the box. But now my kids ain't here, so I just put them in that, and it helps a lot. Yes, because you can get it. Got the gallon, quart, whatever, sandwich, snack, and then I can't think of what's at the top, a pint bag or something. So each, and then I didn't even know they made 2 gallon. Ziploc bags. I just learned it. Amazon is amazing. They got this one little box where it come with every size from 2 gallon all the way down to snack size, and it's like 25 in each. Especially for y'all got these babies home. They got 2 gallon. It comes with 2 gallon, 1 gallon, quart, whatever, all the way down. I didn't even know they made 2 gallon Ziploc bags. Did y'all? You could put a lot of food in 2 gallons. That 2 gallon bag, let me tell you what you could do with that 2 gallon bag. You could make a big pan of lasagna, however you make it, right? Get you one of them things that push down and cut it, slide it in there. 2 gallons? That's a big bag. You could put a whole lasagna in there already cut up, or freeze it and cut it and slide it in there. That way, on these days that you don't want to cook, you can come straight home and you can lay it flat in the freezer. That's 2 dinners that you don't got to cook in this summer. All you got to do is put them in the oven, make a salad or whatever. You can let the kids do that while you in the shower getting together. Y'all go down there and make a salad. Boom. By the time I get out, that'll be done. We about to eat. 2 gallons? I wish they would have had them, honey, because I stayed seasoning my meat. I told you I used to go grocery shopping on Sundays. And I did all of my preparation. Like when I bought my meat, that Sunday I was gonna spend all day washing the meat, seasoning it for tacos. I already seasoned everything. So when I get home, I could just sit it out on the counter all day, get home, put it in the oven. I don't gotta worry about it. Or down in the refrigerator or whatever. I was 23 with 4 kids. What you mean? I gotta have a system. Work 11, 12 hours a day. So by the time I get home, I'm tired. I don't want to do all that. So I would cook. I would make my lasagna up, freeze it, put it in there. So that way, boom. One of these days, you're going to go get a Stouffer's. And it ain't going to taste as good as man. So let me go on and bust these down. I might make 3. That's when I made chimichangas. Small one for the kids. I made taquitos for them. I would boil the chicken, put the cheese in there, go get my tortillas, the corn, roll them up, fry them up, and then they could just put them in the microwave. I listen here. I don't got time. And I'm not about to only be getting these mama whoever's. And it's only 20 in here, and this nigga eating 7. I'm about to make me a big old bag. I'll make that whole stack of corn tortillas, however many in there, 50 or whatever. And you better go get some of them taquitos and put them there and get some sour cream. I ain't got time. Got stuff to do. Laundry and stuff. For real. You got to be efficient so you don't got to be stressed out. So if you take the time in the beginning, your week will be better. Take one day out and do your laundry. Get everything pressed. I used to press my kids' clothes on Sunday. All of that. We doing hair, everything. So Saturday and Sunday, them was our days to get stuff together for the week. Because I don't want to be running behind every day. Not every day. Now, sometimes you can't avoid it, but not every day. Okay. So somebody said a physical door is a rotating door. I don't know who that was for, but Mom, you can do it. You just got to sit down and get your schedule together. Dad, you a single dad or the mama ain't, you can sit down and do it. It don't matter how young you are. It don't matter. Your kids can be in control just because you're young. You can handle your business. It don't matter. God gave you your baby to wisen you up. Don't listen to other people. You listen to what God is telling you to do. It was you. Okay, well, Mom, come on in. You can do it. I was young, honey, and my kids was more well-behaved than the grown ladies that was married. And I was a single mom. And I was snapping my son, and he was 18 months. I took him to California. This lady had crystal figurines, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, all in her house, everywhere with the crystal figurines. And my baby didn't touch nothing. She said, honey, how old are you? I said, I'm 18. And she said, baby girl, you've done an amazing job with him. He ain't touching nothing. You tell him to sit down, he sit down. I said, yes, ma'am, thank you. You teach the first one, they gonna teach the other ones. But if you let the first one be a hellion, baby, you about to be stressed the hell out. Because they teach the other ones what to do. You have, hey, Kayla, You have got to teach them babies. And letting them be a hellion ain't it. You're going to be up at the school trying to defend your baby every day. Ain't nobody got time. Now, rotating doors. What types of emotional or physical attachments can you have that involve rotating doors? Come on. Relationships. People coming in and out. Should we say fake friends? Because fake friends come in and out. Soul ties. Fake friends. Jobs. Yep. Some people stay or keep going back to a job because they know that job, but they hate it. Family members. True, girl. Unless you lock the door and block them. I told you I was good for looking out the screen door at people, and they'll be knocking and they can see me looking at them, and I still won't answer the door because you didn't tell me it was coming over here. I did this to my own mother. And in Arizona, you know, they got the gates where you can hear through because it's the metal gate. So you can hear me. You can hear my TV. And she'll be knocking like, you didn't tell me it's coming over here. So tell them, just pop up in my house. You hear me. You hear me. Lord, my life started back over. Oh, okay. I just had this conversation with my aunt last night. Listen here, I promise you. Okay, so look. Woo! What kind of doors got to do with the closet? All right now, don't get to throwing that at me. I'm just writing down people's answers. What kind of doors got to do with the closet? What kind of things have to do with the closet? Secrets. Ooh. Uh-oh. Everybody said hate. Closet hatred, right? Uh-oh, we getting it. So it's already tying over here into the spiritual. DL. All right, well, that's true. Closeted sexuality is a thing. Unforgiveness, pain. Okay. Y'all, we don't got a lot of space, so we just gonna take a few on this because we could go all day. We're gonna write over here on forgiveness, pain, jealousy. So we're gonna say all of the emotions. Did we write emotions over here? No. So we're gonna go here and write emotions, and we're gonna tie all of that to emotions. That don't look right, but y'all know it's emotions. It is what it is. So all of these emotions. Okay, we're gonna get back to everything. We're gonna get back to everything, but come on. Okay. Woo! What doors got to do with the car door? A lot of sin happen in cars. You gotta get in the car or get out of the car to go cheat. Or whatever. What else happened in car door? What other sins got to do? Drunkenness, sneaky links. Oh, that ain't right. There we go. Okay. What y'all got over here? Let me see. Bitterness. Ooh, shame. A lot of shame come out of car doors. Ooh, shoot. Manipulation. Planning to sin. Ooh. Because most times you need transportation to get to wherever you going. Planning to sin. All right, let's go on. Why you do that? Knowing I got oil in my hands. Don't do that no more. Okay. All right, hold on. This is good. All right. Front door. Now that could be so many different things, but amen. Pride. Yeah. Because how many women or men have knocked on they the sneaky link, and they pride of feeling entitled to this man or woman has caused them to knock on their spouses, that person's spouse's front door, and say, you need to understand who I am. Abuse does come through the front door. Yep, people kick down doors to beat on folks. Abandonment. Ooh. A lot of people walk out the front door and never come back. That was good. Ooh. Uh-oh. Y'all. Give me a minute. That was good. Because how many times do they unwanted spirits come in the front door? Say it. That was good. Yep, both of them. Oh, spirits. I need to get out my little skinny ones for this probably. All right, so we full right there. Sliding door. Lovers come through sliding doors. They slide through the back and slide out the back. Okay. Moments of decisions. Ooh. Do I slide or not? Robbers. I was waiting on somebody to say that. Robbers love sliding doors, don't they? I was waiting on somebody to say robbers. Okay. We're going to skip this for a minute and let's go over here. What are some spiritual doors of the heart? Love. Forgiveness. Ooh, jealousy. Oh, yeah. Envy, compassion. Envy, compassion. Anger. Alone. Okay. Strife. Okay. All right, let's go on. What are some doorways to the ears? Doorways to the ears. Spiritual doorways to your ears. Lies. Ooh, boy. You hit that one good. Confusion. People try to keep you confused, so that way you don't find out who they are. Gossip. Music. Yep. Gossip. Music. Spells. Manipulation. All right, so we ain't got much more space there. Thoughts. What are some doorways, spiritual doorways into your thoughts? How do things get into your thoughts? Music, imagination. Words we speak, but you have to think them first. Bad thinking. You hit that right on the nail. Bad thinking. We ain't got much space here. That's thinking. Ah. Grief. Put you over here. Ideas is like imagination. Dreams. Definitely dreams. Visuals. Yeah, things you see. Okay. Now, we there. What about your soul? Soul. What are some doorways into your soul? Unforgiveness. Ooh. Did we write that already somewhere else? We did. I think we wrote unforgiveness already. Up here. Oh no, that was forgiveness. I thought unforgiveness was already here somewhere. Okay, no. All right, we're gonna put it. Thought we already wrote it, but here we go. Negativity, touching. Ooh. Me versus everybody. Exactly. Touching. Definitely. Because if a person touch you, it move your insides, whether they didn't got in there or not. For women and men, I know y'all stomach move too. Amy, letting the wrong person cover you. What you did? Ooh, girl, leadership. Wrong leadership. Ooh, because they planting seeds. Ooh, girl, they planting seeds. Generational curses. Yep. Oh, y'all getting deceit, self worth. Yes. All right. So we know that intimacy, we just don't write intimacy. We all know, well, we know what this is. We ain't got to put nothing there. We just gonna leave it. Y'all know about the juice box and the magic stick. We know that. Okay. What type of prayers are doorways in the spirit? Because a lot of people pray for a lot of things, but it don't curses. Aha. Rituals. Repetitive. Ooh. Because that means you don't believe. I didn't spell that right. Oh, I did. Okay. Just make sure. Coveting. Yep. Wanting somebody else's husband, or wife, or what they got. Selfish prayers. Oh, I was waiting on that. Thank you, Pumpkin. That's a good one. You only pray for yourself, and you pray for yourself first, then you pray for other people. When you pray, you're supposed to pray for others first, then yourself. Vanity, vain prayers, so that you can look good in front of everybody and be successful. Okay, all right. Let's move to artifacts. What are some doorways with artifacts into your spiritual life? Auntie, what that face for, Auntie? Crystals, jewelry, I know that's right. Not right. Oh, there's an E there. There we go. Jewelry. Money. Spelled necklaces, rings, and clothing with symbols. Oh. Medicine. Well, medicine isn't an artifact, though. Paintings. Ugh. Gotta remember, y'all. It's early. Okay. Not drugs, y'all. Okay, what about dressers? No, artifacts. 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 What is an artifact? An artifact is an object. So, what are some artifacts that can bring doorways into your house? Toys, mirrors, weapons, furniture. Statues. Everybody got some kind of mask or statue or something sitting on a table in a room. Some cute little thing that you saw at IKEA and you don't know that it's an idol god. Remember the old trunks that always had a scary thing to them once they got to the person's house? Wooden trunks. Antiques. Cursed items. Okay. We already know about blood. That could be used in it. I don't want to be graphic this morning. And we know about rituals, right? Bones, right? So look at how quickly, y'all, and I couldn't even write everything, but you see a rotating door every day. You see a closet every day. You see a car door every day. You see a front door every day. Some people see sliding doors. If you go to different stores, the grocery stores slide, right? Most times. You see mirrors every day. A garage, even if it's yours or not. Gates, you go through those. You have elevators, open windows, and first your body. These are the physical doors. But also, as y'all can see, they go hand in hand. They portals, exactly. There are some doors people walk in and they never walk out. That could be a drug house. That could be a gambling house. That could be a hospital door. That could be a number of places. Sneak into somebody's house and their wife or husband come home and now it's a crime of passion. They never walked out of the doorway they walked into. And it cost them spiritually and physically. Do y'all see this? How they come right back and forth? So look at this. Relationships that keep you confused and not feeling like you're enough and all of that can lead to unforgiveness, anger, envy, jealousy, right? The lies you hear in your physical body interrupt your spirit because anger and envy, you can't see that. I mean, you can see with a person, but if you can hide it, you would never know it's there. We know this from serial killers. They say hi and keep it moving. Okay, they can go work a regular job and be normal and come home and be the devil. You're going to use this for your family. Good job. Teaching tools. We teaching the communities around us. Teachers can do this in class too. For whatever words you need to use. I like examples. This is why I tell y'all, even when y'all journaling, I have journals that look like this. When I couldn't get my mind together, I would write the first word that came to my mind, and then I would just think of everything that word made me feel or whatever it was. And before I knew it, the page be filled up like this. This is a way of journaling as well. Great way to journal, actually. People say, oh, it's all confusing for you because it's not for you. But I can tell you why I felt and wrote every word that I wrote and then the emotion that was tied to it. That's another way to journal if you're not a linear journal, a person that's going to do the whole linear thing and just write. However, you got to get it out. Because sometimes you don't even know what's wrong. Okay? So write down the emotion you feel. Why you feel that way, but in a brainstorming like way. Like when this person does this, I feel betrayed. Not enough. And then go look up the definitions and write those down so that you understand clearly, because you might be saying that you feel something and go look up the definition and be like, wait a minute, that's not actually what I feel. So now that puts you on a hunt to look for exactly what it is that you are feeling so that you can convey it to the person that keep hurting you or disappointing you or whatever. And you have a clear visual of if you got to have notes while you talking to the person, you got to know. This happened, this is how I felt, this is why I reacted that way. I'm not saying this okay, but this is the reaction. For every action, there's a reaction. ARR and ARD. Action, reaction, and reward, or action, reaction, and discipline. It ain't no in between. It ain't no in between. Okay? I did this with my kids. ARR or ARD. And I sat down and told them action, reaction, and discipline, or action, reaction, and reward. ARR, and I would put it up in places in the house. Before they got ready to go out at 18, ARR or ARD. I just look at them and say that. Because there's going to be some situations I can't get you out of once you get to a certain age. So action, reaction, and reward, which means you get to come home and eat and do whatever you're going to do. Or action, reaction, and discipline, and now you in the police hands or someone else's because you didn't listen and lied and said you were somewhere you couldn't be and I couldn't get to you. And then you don't got to do a whole bunch of yelling and screaming if you didn't broke this down. It's always going to be somebody saying something to you. It's always going to be somebody that don't like you, trying to hate on you, trying to stop you from getting a raise and all of this old stuff. It's always going to be opposition. The Bible told us that there's enmity between the spirits and us. So then why you be like, it is always something, because what God said is true. So when will you deal with it in an effective manner and stop letting it take you out the game every single time? We are fighting a spiritual war in a physically bound spirit. Our spirit is physically bound here by this. But once you die, it's released. But then you ain't got no more time to get it right. So you'll want to get all of this stuff out and figure it out before you leave. Holding it in ain't doing nothing, because then you don't ever get to let it go. If you die with all of that on you and you don't make it to heaven, unforgiveness, whatever all of this is, you have to hold on for it. Hold on to it for eternity. It's part of your punishment. So this is why God is saying, let it go, forgive, because you understand. Oh yeah, you won't never be. When you say I ain't never gonna let it go, that's into eternity. Unforgiveness, hate, all that stuff won't see the kingdom. So go ahead and let 10 minutes or a year of your time stop a gazillion over there. I don't got time. I'm letting everything go. If you want me to let these kids go, I'll let them go to that. Because guess what? I'm not about to hold on to. I don't want to. Especially, and I don't get to let it go. It'll be a part of my punishment for God to show me you could have forgiven. You be up there. Y'all see it said when we read it that the gulf, and we know even from the wise man and Lazarus, that gulf that is talked about is mentioned in Ezra. You get walked past the Garden of Eden if you going to hell. God allows you to see people living in peace and not hear the screaming. So it's like, you know, when you're in a movie and everything else is blocked out and the person is just watching everything, and it's like, and you can see it's just panning everywhere, but it's like you're seeing it from their eyes. Okay. Could you imagine? And then you just hear all the, and it speeds up. And then you hear all the wailing in the back and the screaming from the torture, and you're being marched straight to it. And the same way you stalled God out about coming on home, the people that have left their physical body, their resting place has to do with where they're going. It's like max, minimum, so, whatever. Okay? But the people that are in torment can see the people that are in peace. But the people that are in peace cannot see the people that are in torment. Tell me that ain't torture. So you get to see them eating grapes and being in a peaceful environment and all, because this is the spiritual realm now. It's not our human eyes, it's the spirit. So God can have layers on top of layers on top of layers. The gulf that separates peace from torment, the people here in torment can see, but the people up there don't even remember you. Because if they did, that would bring sadness, and God said ain't none of that stuff gonna be there. So whatever you don't want to let go, it's going to be a reminder in eternity that you didn't. You said never, and never is into eternity. And if you hold on to it, that's unforgiveness, bitterness, whatever. Those things are not going to be in heaven. So you just signed your own fate while you talking about you going to heaven, not if you ain't got rid of this, because those things won't be there. But you will be reminded that you said you wasn't going to never let it go, because think about that. 30 seconds of I forgive you and figuring out a different way to live compared to wearing it on your shoulders and feeling miserable from carrying all of this depressing weight of stuff that hasn't even been for 20, 10, 5, 7, 6 months. Hell, I don't know. But carrying that and then dying and knowing you can't never let it go. You got to see it over. And like Groundhog Day. And remember, that's why you're not up there and you can see them living in peace. You want that for yourself? That's why God say forgiveness ain't for them. It's for you. And it ain't just on this side. It's on that side too. Because if you don't let it go, you never let it go. You're going to take it to your grave. You're going to pick it up in eternity, boo. And carry it. And eternity is a lot longer than this little 120 we get over here. Because when you've been in eternity 120 years, you ain't even been there the first part of the day. You've been there about 10% of a day. Because one day in eternity is 1,000 years. Don't let this little 120 trick you. Okay? Don't do all you want to do is in this 120. And 120 is only 10% of one day once you leave your body. 15 minutes. Oh, I'm holding on to it. Oh, I bet you they won't never. God said, please let it go. I love you, and you don't even know what you're saying to yourself. You don't even know what you're signing yourself up for. You're signing yourself up. What if they won't change their abusive ways? Even if you forgive and come back, don't come back. If God has given you a sign up, God did not call you to be no fool. I don't know why. See, I don't talk to my mother. Do I be wanting to talk to her? Yes. Have I called her? I'm still blocked, like I did something to her. I live on the other side. Man, I've been listen. You can forgive and never speak to that person again and live a happy life. And live a happy life. I love my mama, but we can't mix. And you're not about to keep abusing me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. You're not going to do it. But y'all have to realize, too, that if that, I say this all the time, this is how y'all need to look at people. I'm trying to tell you, quit judging the outside. Y'all have absolutely, only because y'all know me, but if y'all didn't know me and I walked in the room, it could be any kind of liquid, it could be oatmeal in here. It could be soup in here. It could be bleach, piss, or runny boo-boo. It could be a number of things in here. The only way for you to know is for you to open it and see for yourself. Smell, taste, touch, experience. But once you know what's in, I can even go get a sleeve and put it over this and change it. But what's in here is in here until it's poured out. Okay? So you can be dealing with something that's dressed up real good and it'll still be poison. It's still coming to take your life. And every time that you get close enough where you about to experience it for yourself, you be about to lose your life. You better quit playing because you can lose your mind. You don't have to lose your physical strength. You can be walking around in the street talking to yourself for real. Keep on playing with something that God keep telling you to let go. I done showed y'all my burns. And listen, I was about to be legless. Forgiveness don't mean be stupid. Especially if God keeps showing you. I kept having dreams that this nigga was going to kill me. And our last interaction at that time, in the third year, he did attempt just that on Christmas. And I woke up to him saying, such and such, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. And I said, I had pissed myself and everything. And when I came back, wherever I came back from, it was hot. Because I just went and hopped in the shower. Oh, God. I said, no. You can do whatever you want to do. You can go wherever. And it wasn't because I was scared that he was going to kill me. Wherever I came back from, it was hot. I couldn't even wash the heat off my body. I don't remember nothing. I didn't have nothing. But I'm telling you right now, if I would have died December the 24th, 2011, I'd have bust hell wide open, and I already know it. Two, I'm talking about in the shower trying to get the heat off me, baby. And I had just burned. Listen here. I had almost just lost my leg. But listen, y'all can play with it if you want to. And it's so funny because, see, people think I'm crazy when I say demons been at my bed since I was a little kid. But I posted a video. It was an African lady talking. And she said when she was a witch or whatever, she used to be in church doing spells, twisting things in her. They'll sit her by a pregnant woman. The ushers was going to usher her to sit. They say it's 3 pregnant women. Look, mess me up. I just shared it on TikTok. I said, this is it right here. This is why I didn't let nobody touch my stomach when I was pregnant. Look. First of all, look at this.
So we don't fight with people that are not inside the presence of God, because already the devil knows these are mine. Yeah.
Now, this is an ex-witch. You hear what she said? I'm going to run that back. Listen now.
So we don't fight with people that are not inside the presence of God, because already the devil knows these are mine. Yeah. So
she always going through something because I ain't on the devil's side. I'm his enemy, honey. You look like a Christian, but I'm really his enemy. been his enemy for a long time. That's why he be coming for my head. Him and his minions. They ain't got no reason to fight you. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, if that ain't about it. And this is the other. Hold on.
So, and then in terms of miscarriages, how does that work? Miscarriages, I used to have a little rubber that I was given by my spiritual mother. By then, she was an Indian. So this rubber, I would put it under my tongue. And then when I'm at church, I will be told, okay, there will be 3 women that will come pregnant, but the one that we want is so and so. This person, the ushers will make sure that the usher that is going to usher the pregnant woman is someone that we have a loophole to. That usher maybe and then we'll make that person to put the person where I'll be sitting. You as a devil worshiper. When I get there already, there is a setup. I don't struggle because the very same usher that has ushered that one is going to take me and put me where that pregnant woman is. Yes. So when we are busy worshiping, we are worshiping God. There's nothing strange that you will see. But now the cameras in me or the spirit in me, I will just be rounding the rubber that is inside me.
Listen. She got a piece of rubber in her mouth. In church, praising God. You think she chewing gum. She got a piece of rubber in her mouth, twirling it with her tongue while she worshiping, sitting next to a pregnant woman. She ain't done. She about to bust your head. I said, oh, and people do not believe that it be witches in church, but okay. I told y'all the Bible said y'all be going to synagogues of Satan. Nobody didn't believe that. Here we go. Not today. Uh-huh. Now she turning this rubber in her mouth, sitting next to the pregnant woman. Listen what she say.
And then now the demon assigned for the baby will come out of me and go inside the belly of.
She in church. They worshiping. The ushers sit her down next to the baby that they want for a miscarriage. She acting like she praising, and while she twisting the rubber in her mouth, it is taking the life of this child. The demon that's on, she said the camera, because she said the camera first. Then she said, or the demon or the spirit that is assigned to this baby is going to come out of me while I'm twisting this in my mouth and go into the baby of the pregnant woman.
The pregnant woman. But we are worshiping. I'm raising hands as well. I'm worshiping. When they say amen, I'm saying amen. But now there's a progress taking place between me and the pregnant woman and the spirit inside me. Now, this spirit will go and take the child spiritually and give it to a demon that is assigned with me. And then it will take the child to the kingdom of darkness. There's a room where we test these kids. Test? Yes. So, and then
in church. But the church tell y'all don't understand witchcraft, so you don't even know when you see it. You won't even know a witch is in your presence because you don't know what to look for. How you gonna fight your enemy and they coming to service every Wednesday? And she got a whole bunch more videos. It's on Psalms 91, 7 and 8 is the TikTok thing. Psalms 91, 7 and 8. These people are your teachers, principals, teachers, lunch ladies. I keep trying to tell y'all. How do you protect your pregnant wife from that? Definitely anoint her feet and her stomach. And ask, because the blessed oil that we use is representative of God's blood and it repels the spirit of death and other things, but people don't use it. That's why I'm like, why you don't got no blessed oil? My kids as teenagers and grown adults, could not walk out of the house. My ex-husband, I didn't even let him leave. Anoint your head, your eyes, your ears, your hands, and your feet. What are you doing? Oh, I forgot. And then he'll leave and almost get into an accident and be like, dang, babe, that's crazy. No, because I kept telling you to anoint yourself, and then your car, your truck almost jackknife on the snow on the highway and went off. Should have. Oil rebukes the spirit of death. Psalms 91, no, 7 and 8 is the profile. In Haiti, people say that they rather sleep in a cemetery than a church. I be trying to tell y'all, and I'm not saying all churches are bad, but they keep telling you don't look for the witches. And God keeps saying, y'all going to these synagogues of Satan. Who telling you not to understand what witchcraft is? If they telling you don't do it, how will you even know? So all the pastors that come on, she got them witchcraft. At least I can tell them what's witchcraft and what ain't so they can get healed. Same thing Solomon was able to do. That's the wisdom that God gave him. He knew when a person was under a spell. God gave him the antidotes to the spells. Because you didn't went to the doctor. You didn't went here. Oh, it's the spell. It's not a medical condition for real. It's magic medicine. These sicknesses where they can't find nothing wrong with the person, and they done ran every blood test, cracked their brain open, tested every organ, and there's nothing wrong, but the person is still dying. Witchcraft. Spiritual sickness. If you're reading, where's our book, y'all? I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, and then we're gonna read some out of here. So who don't have this book? You can download it in a PDF. You need to read it right now. If you don't have this book and you don't believe what I'm telling you, this is a book that's going to open your whole understanding. This book is about a hospital, a medical university, as a matter of fact, and it's a real place. You read it online? I have it so good. I got to get the other one. Goodwill and Half Price Bookstore. They probably know where there's a copy. I would get online or call them and ask them, and they can look all over the country for you. Probably get one for $1, and then you just they'll ship it there for free. You go pick it up. I turn right to it. Okay. This book is called Turning Point. I mean, this page or thing is called Turning Points. Hold on. Let me. You bought it and read it years ago. Time to refresh. Yeah, but that place is in Missouri, in Indiana. It's by Memorial Hospital. It's in Indiana, that place. still hot. This is not gonna work. Take that off. Yes, he came to set the captives free. It's a really good book. It'll change your whole thing about running to the doctor every 2 weeks. I ain't saying all doctors is bad, but I don't trust most of them. All right, y'all ready? I'm gonna just read a little bit out of here. That book is scary. It's real though. This is what happens every day. Oh, I got peas in the parlor. It's up there somewhere. It's here. I don't know exactly where it is. It might be. I ain't gonna tell. It's in somewhere. It's here somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. We got it. All right. I'm gonna run back a little bit. I'm gonna go back because it's. We just gonna read. I'm gonna read 2 chapters. Y'all okay with that? I can't tell you for sure, but it probably is. Mr. Tell Skrilla, you need to read. I'm gonna show you what you need to read real quick. Like I ain't even finna argue with him. Do you have this book? If you don't, if you're new here, you want to know, I can tell you about where you can start to study sickness. So this book right here, it's a 2. You can get it on Amazon. You can go on my Amazon link. It's at the $54.99. You have them? Okay. So Testament of Solomon. Testament of Solomon. Go on back there and get on in them spirits and which sicknesses they cause, and then Rick's what's the name and all of that. Where is it? Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. This ain't the one. Okay. Start at page 977. And you see, these are the demons. Okay, I cause pain in the kidneys. I unleash fights and feuds in families. I put dissensions in the minds of men. I cause loosening of the tendons. I bring chills and shivering, sore throat. I cause ears to have obstructions. I do much damage to the eyes. I weaken the strength of the shoulders and deaden the nerves of the hand. That is carpal tunnel. I pervert the hearts and minds of men. I send colics in the bowels of babies. So you order this morning. Come on with it now. And there's others. And like I said, if you look at this, the beginning of a lot of these demons' names, that RHYX right there, if you just take out the HY, that's RX. The Ricks. There go your RX right there. You take out that H and that Y, it's RX. I bring on long-term illnesses. Well, a lot of our medicines, the chemist, anybody is a chemist and you do medicine, you know that RHYX or RUAX is the prefix for all of our medicine. And now that we know that pharmakia is our root word for pharmacy, and it means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. That's what pharmacy means. And then the beginning of the names of the medicine is RHYX. And they cause sickness. So the names of our medicines have the prefix of demon names or a demon's name. Belkyra is a medicine that you get for double chin, and that's the name of the devil. And he's very vain, and that's a cosmetic surgery. So it makes sense. And then you start getting more and more and more cosmetic surgery because that demon wants you to mutilate your body because they get power from that. Once one demon opens the door, then the 7 others come in, and the person's situation is worse off than what it was in the first place. That's what the Bible tells us, and that's the truth. Because once you get one surgery, now you want another and another until you damn near look like a monster. Something that's disfigured, and that's what demons want, because they're disembodied. So when they see the beauty that God created us in, they pissed about it still. That's page 981. You can start at 970 something though. 974. Botox, all of that. Yep. You said the floodgates are open, huh? Yep. You can send me an email. Yes, ma'am. My emails are don't send it to CERCATROVA22.com. Those are not, I don't read that. That's our website, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't read over there. CERCATROVABooks@gmail.com or tatnotplace@gmail, or the other one, TrovaCirca22 @gmail, I believe it is. I don't know. It's a lot of them. That's why I just be overwhelmed. And I really got to get working on this dang app so we can get on the Apple Store quickly. That young girl just died. Y'all want to, okay. We did this before. I'm not against BBLs, but do y'all want to know where the BBL spirit is coming from? She's in this book we just read in Solomon. Y'all want to read it? Y'all want to read what she looked like and then tell me this ain't what we see? Okay. Get your book 1 and go to Testament of Solomon. Please. And go to page 964, number 4. Get your book 1 and go to page 964 and then go down to 4. And you're going to see a name, Onos Kelis. Onos Kelis. Onoskelis. Say I when you got it. Okay. Excuse me. It says, I now asked the demon if there were any female demons. When he replied that there were, I said that I wanted to see one. Beelzebul went off and showed me Onos Kelis, who had a very beautiful form. Her body was that of a woman with a fair complexion, but her legs were those of a mule. Ain't that how chicks is walking around right now? If you go look at the ass of a mule, the legs is real skinny. And the butt cheeks is real big. And when they turn sideways, it look funny as hell. Like ant legs or whatever. This is the spirit behind the BBL. When she came to me, I said to her, tell me who you are. And she responded, my name is Onos Kelis. I am a spirit which has been made into a body. I recline in a den on the earth. I make my home in caves. However, I have a many-sided character. Sometimes I strangle men. Sometimes I pervert them from their true natures. Most of the time, my habitats are cliffs, caves, and ravines. Frequently, I also associate with men who think of me as a woman, especially with those whose skin is honey-colored. For we are of the same constellation. It is also true that they worship my star. You mean the one there, all the stars got oh boy, baby got it plastered on his head. Right here. He bald and it's a big old star right there. Uh-huh. And then the stars, we having a star, and they got the star on the Hollywood walk and stuff. Okay. It is also true that they worship my star secretly and openly. They do not know that they deceive themselves and excite me to be an evildoer all the more. For they want to obtain gold by remembering me, but I grant little to those who seriously worship me. Next, I asked her how she came into being, and she said, I was generated from an unexpected voice, which is called a voice of the echo of black heaven emitted in matter. I said to her, by what heavenly body do you travel? And she said, by the full moon. Because of the moon, I pass over things. You mean like moon goddesses? The moon goddesses? I always use olive oil, but God, heck, it's What's crazy is who watched Supernatural. Don't y'all remember when the darkness used to solidify into one? I think that was, yeah, the sister. Almost like Spider Man's counterpart, the black one. Is that when they channeled the moon water? Probably. Do I educate one on one? What do you mean? Like, I mean, this is where we at. This is what I do. We here every day though. If you new here, we got over 500 videos on YouTube live from last year, from last February until now. We got plenty. So if you want to go back and we go through a lot of these books, we study everything. It be so cool, and we laugh. We have a great time here. You don't got to feel all churchy and stuff because we don't do church people unless you're trying to come and not be a church person. And we're not saying we against church. What we saying is all them rules and regulations that they have. We just want you to learn the word, and then we gonna let God do what He gonna do with you. You knew, so you're trying to catch up. Oh, honey, don't worry about catching up. I'm gonna tell you. Let me show you. Go to CERCA TROVA 22 on YouTube. Is this charged? Yes. And we got the deal over here. You hear me? We got the deal over here. Let's see. Go to our library, my videos, because I see it different from how y'all see it. But we got it's 500 and some videos here. You just gotta go under the live tab, and it's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Let's go to my channel. Let's see what we got here. 572 videos from February of last year. No, from May, because we didn't get on YouTube until May. Go live on YouTube until May. So from May 3rd or 4th, something like that, till now, we did 572 videos, and they all be over an hour. Some of them is 5 and 6 and 7 and 9 and 12. Be on YouTube, TikTok for 12 hours straight. Oh God, y'all used to work the hell out of me. Thank you, Lord, that I learned discipline. They'll never let you off, circus. So you got to stand strong. Oh, I won't stop teaching unless God tell me. I'm here. They're in my bio up here. They in my bio. Go to the book link in my bio, my Amazon bio. They right there. You can grab them. Yep. And it's good learning too. It'll make you think about everything in your whole life. It's people that come here every day and be like, everything I thought I knew is a lie. I've been lied to my whole life by my pastors, by the school, by my parents. Is anything real? You're welcome, Puckett. Listen here. Do I upload my lives the same day? As soon as I get off here, it's uploaded within, and everybody go do the rewatch. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, we get it in. We talk about genetics here and how we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about emotional, spiritual health, financial stability, how like our decisions and what God's word. We talk about everything. We talk about everything, and we accept everybody. As long as you don't come in here talking stupid and trying to run my class, you're good. You'll be here forever. And we are real family. We help people. We encourage folks. We send out books to people that can't afford them, y'all. Now, you can go buy Casamigos and go get your nails done. You can sacrifice and spend $54 on the books. But for like people that are in a bad situation, they income. Now I will say this, y'all, the donations have been down, and I know why, because y'all been getting y'all stuff together. So things are a little different. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's been real crazy. I've been sending out what I can, but there are certain things that y'all made me grab that we have to pay for. So there's another, I have to keep a certain amount in there to pay our business bills now that we are an organization. But donations is kind of crazy. So when we can get stuff out, we do. Our subsidies have not been as large as they were because finances are way different right now. What do I say to bless my oil? I just pray whatever God sends to my mind. Honestly, that's what I do. So, but yeah, definitely go grab these books. Yes, you should. Do you have it? You could just get both of these, baby. It's a set, and just open up and start reading. But you're gonna need a notebook. To my newbies, if you're new here, you have to get highlighters and you have to get a regular notebook to write on, because just reading this is not gonna give it to you. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can read this right now too. If you don't want to wait, like if you want to read along with us, there's a website, Sacred Text, and you can download the PDF. Just go to Google and type James Charlesworth Book 1, Book 2, and the PDF gonna come up too. Thank you. Yes. And just open it up. But we here every day. The reason we tell you to get these books is because we pretty much read out of these every day. We do read. Absolutely, this is real school. It sure is. I am your dean, CERCA TROVA. Welcome to We Outside International University, because we have students on all 7 continents and the islands. I love it. We got students in Australia and Austria, Japan, China, everywhere. All the places in Africa. We got Israel, Europe. We got everywhere. It made me excited. We do. And we study so much here. We have Russian English Bibles. We have Arabic Bibles. We have 2 Ethiopian Bibles. We got stories that are bilingual, trilingual. We got our Quran here that's trilingual. We got our Septuagint that it's bilingual. So we got a lot of stuff here. We do. We got a lot of stuff, and you're gonna learn about so many different things. And I don't always go out right. I don't always go all the way through because I want you to go looking. So we don't hand out answers here most times. We encourage you finding for yourself, which is what the word says. You need to study to show yourself approved. And that's what we foster here is good studying habits, not just reading the word and saying, oh, this is all that there is, but actually asking God to take you deeper and higher in what it is that he's trying to teach you. Yeah, we do role play. I ain't did no costumes in a minute because that'd be taking so much energy. I'd be having, well, I don't really have to think about it, but we ain't really read nothing. And I got so many costumes that I done bought since then. I just ain't had the energy to get up because it'd be hot. Maybe back in the wintertime when I could have a heat on because it'd be. But I done been a tree. I done been a wizard. I done been Moses and a whole bunch of other folks. It helps the kids learn. It do. Okay, so let's bust this down real quick, y'all. So you know where to go. Where's my banner? It's up there. I don't feel like getting it, y'all. Vashti. Oh my, yes, honey. I love the Vashti outfit. It was so good. Y'all, I ain't did that in a minute. I might have to do some skits for y'all. We'll whatever the Lord says. He ain't gave me nothing. Maybe because I told y'all my mind has just been like I might be moving, and I don't know if I'm gonna move or not. I'm thinking about it. I miss my kids. I don't know. So I might be packing. I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet. I ain't decided, but I got a couple months to figure it out. Oh, Coco, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's bust this down because this is very interesting. And to those of you that don't know, you can download this book too. You can get the PDF of this too. You can read it online. So don't skip out on this. This is a real good book, y'all. Y'all know that this book is great. It is. Okay. So we going for those of you that have it, okay, we going and because it's been edited so many times, you might have a copy older, new, or whatever. We just don't you just got the PDF. Good job. The site is Sacred Text. What site? And we gotta use our manners here. Please, please and thank you. Get you everything you want here. Because sometimes I ignore people when they don't use their manners. Not trying to be mean or anything, but definitely please and thank you is really nice because I have a lot of people kind of trying to tell me what to do every day, and I don't like it. Okay. You don't gotta record, Mama. It's being recorded. I promise you. As soon as I click this off, if you just go to YouTube, it's gonna be there. What it take, like 5 minutes, y'all, to upload? Yeah, it's already being recorded, Pumpkin. And that way you can save it in your favorites and don't gotta take up all your space on your phone. You're welcome. Okay, so listen, we're gonna read two chapters. We're gonna read chapter 8 and chapter 9, but I'm gonna skip through a little bit, okay? Yeah. So it says, well, I don't want to read all of this. No, I don't. I just want to read the last page of it. Okay, so it says, because basically what's happening is up in the Hollywood Hills, they are having uh the parties that we all hearing about, and now we know it'd be child sacrifice there, child unaliving, little kid unaliving. Well, this book was written in the 80s, like 88, 89, something like that, and or early 90s or whatever. It was late 80s because I read it in 1991 or two. So they rituals that all the stars when we see them going in, this is what be going on. Well, I read about this at 11 years old. Okay, 11, 12 years old. This is the book I read. So then when I got out into the world, I kind of already was peeping stuff because I remember that book. So I'm just gonna read the end. So it says, uh, I was a very young at the time of that horrible weekend. Okay, but let me go back a little bit. It says, I will describe here a Black Sabbath, also called Black Mass, that I was forced to attend. I was at the time a minor and not yet a high priestess and was literally a captive. Black Sabbaths take place once a year, always at the time of the full moon and on Easter weekend. Most of the competitions that I attended in California were just before Easter and culminated in the Easter Black Sabbath. Regardless of the cost, I always managed to get away just before the ceremony. Satan saw to it that I paid dearly for that rebellion, but I didn't care. Oh, I'm sorry. I always managed to get away just before the ceremony. I was very young at the time of that horrible weekend, still a child actually, but the memories of it torment me still and always will. I had been a member of the cult for less than a year, and I was informed by the high priestess that a very important ceremony was coming up, that I was privileged to be invited. But she also made it very clear at the same time that I had no choice, I would attend. Only those who are invited attend, and those invited have no choice but to attend. Few are willing to incur Satan's wrath by not attending because they are afraid that if they did so, they would be likely to end up the sacrifice at the next Black Mass. I was not permitted to go alone, but was taken by my master, the high priestess, and several other witches. Now, does this not sound like what the stars are saying? The people that did get out, the handlers, the handlers, there is always somebody over them, always somebody watching them. So if they did want to have a conversation, and we be think they kicking it with their friends, and that be their handlers, right? Okay. The meeting was held in a very large, isolated barn, which had been roughly remodeled for the purpose. I suppose that there were a couple thousand people there from the whole surrounding area. Most had already been taking drugs prior to coming, and all were given potions to drink containing drugs and alcohol at the beginning of the meeting. How many times do we hear about the stars talking about this? Cat Williams and different people saying they woke up and they couldn't remember, or a boy couldn't remember what happened and woke up with a footy butt naked with just a footy on and all of this. The record industry labels and stuff like that. Okay. Soon as you come in, do you want to drink? And it's already laced. Okay. I always avoided taking any of these drugged drinks. My mom used to tell me when you go to the club, don't never set your drink down. And if you do, don't pick it back up. I always avoided taking any of these drug drinks because I knew the danger of clouding my mind. There were too many who coveted my position of being trained to be a high priestess. The higher members of the cult never partook of these drug drinks and despised those who did so. I didn't know what was going to happen as I entered the barn with my companions that night. Mind you, they're in Cali. It was a Friday night, Good Friday. The meeting was to run through Sunday. I saw that the barn had a platform across one end. Above the platform sat a throne made of pure gold. Ain't that funny? Because ain't that what everybody taking their pictures in now? Baby shower pictures, throne of gold. Graduation, 50th birthday party, thrones of gold. And they'll lay a floor down and it'll be whatever in the middle of the floor. So we know that this is a thing. And they transform barns into whole, beautiful, elegant things. So we know this comes from somewhere. Yes. Right. Okay. D. That throne was for Satan. This was obviously an important occasion if Satan was to put in a personal appearance. I was to learn later that split-second timing of such sacrifices is required by Satan and absolute coordination between covens across the country because Satan can only be in one place at a time. The timing must be accurate so that he could attend every meeting. He is not omnipresent with God. So that even goes back to Hollywood. Go. Time. Now. 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 Let's go. 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 Everything has to be on a cut. Action. This. That. Everything is scripted. So Satan has these sacrifices set up during the Black Mass in Cali on this weekend. By split seconds, so he can appear, see it, leave, go to the next one because he's not omnipresent like God. I just had a man reach out for donations to my ministry saying he wanted to build a barn to play in. Wow. Okay. Okay. It says as the high priest and high priestess came out onto the platform, an absolute silence fell over the crowd. A silence so intense that you could hear a pin drop. The silence was one of fear. Each one was afraid that he or she might be chosen to be the sacrifice. At that moment, Satan was no longer a glory to anyone, no longer an honor. A ripple effect went through the crowd when the victim was dragged kicking and screaming through a side door. Didn't we just talk about doors today? Getting in or out. And they dragged this man kicking and screaming into a side door of the barn, onto a platform. These mangled bodies that they be finding in the desert, and they saying an animal got to them. Let's see. And up onto the stage. The main Easter, this is in Cali now. The main Easter sacrifice is always a man. Occasionally, additional sacrifices of women, children, and animals are made, but the ceremony centers around the sacrifice of a man. Often, a hitchhiker is picked up some days before the ceremony and carefully guarded until the time of the meeting. In the eyes of Satan and the crowd, that man becomes Jesus, and Satan's supposed victory over Jesus at the cross is celebrated. I watched in utter horror as a crown of huge thorns was driven into this young man's head, the thorns going in so deep as to pierce into his skull. Then he was stripped and beaten with whips tipped with metal studs and tortured with spikes and red hot pokers. Finally, he was nailed to a wooden cross, which was then picked up and placed in a hole in the ground just in front of the middle platform. I will never forget the stench of the burned and tormented flesh and the screams of the victim, his writhing in agony and his pleas for mercy. The crowd roared like a pack of wild animals, the inhuman voices of many demons from within the crowd joining in. They jeered and cheered as the cross was raised into a place and dropped down into a hole. Satan had appeared by that time and sat on his throne, nodding in approval. The high priestess urinated on the victim, and members of the congregation threw feces at him while everybody cheered Satan's supposed victory and then bowed down and worshiped Satan. Do y'all realize this is what be going on in them Hollywood parties that we never get to see? This in the hills of California now. People move to Cali and hitchhike and they never can be seen again. So many stories of people hitchhiking in Cali and never ever being found. They just disappear and nobody ever sees them. They say, oh, well, we saw them with a record producer last at a bar. We saw them at a party in the hills and then okay. Satan appeared in human form as usual, dressed completely in shining white. You mean like the stars on the red carpet? I did it too, though. I told you I used to go in the club in white because it make you stand out. And too, with the black lights and too. But all white parties. They talked. It was a lady, one of the African ladies that I follow said all white parties are demonic, which is scary because there's churches where they wear all white. And then she brought that up. I said, oh hell. Or they wear white and red. All of the pastors used to wear white and red. They used to, my grandma even had one, the white gown. Now they wear black and different colors, but back in the day, they always had a white one on with a red something, symbolizing purity and the blood of Jesus. They told us, but everybody know blood blue. Like the KKK. Show is. Show is. They showed them wear white and red. I can't see it in this damn thing. Well, Millie made it for you. I can't see in it. Don't take your mask off. I can't breathe in this thing. What movie is that? Ah, what movie is that? I can't remember, y'all. Don't ask me for, yeah, Django. I'm watching that. I need to watch. Oh, shoot. I ain't watched that. I couldn't remember. I need to watch that. That was hilarious. And look at, yeah. Mm-hmm. All y'all do is criticize, criticize, criticize. I love it. Y'all better go watch Django. Y'all have forgot how good it was too. Everybody like Django. What's the name? Not Siri, but the Amazon girl. What's the name? Alexa. Add Django to my movies to be watched. Forgot all about it. Yes, I'm watching it today for. Faithfully. That is my bathroom baby. She's 20 years old with her own bathroom baby now. And now her baby crossing the bathroom when she's in there and puts her fingers under the door. You don't need to see, the horses can see. Right. Oh, I'm about to watch that movie today. I am watching that movie today, y'all. Oh, that is funny. I'm watching it. Okay, so come on, let's get this going. All right, that's hilarious. Yes, I'm watching a movie today. Not a long time. Oh yeah, honey, they be all in your stuff. Reminds me when I was with John Casablanca, Marlene got invited to the watch party and didn't go. Come on, baby. Listen, especially working in the club, you get invited to a lot of stuff. And all my buddies used to be running and doing. I'd be like, nope, I'm going home. Because I had already read this book 13 years before. So when I was in the club and I ran into certain people of elite status, first of all, your money ain't my money. So I'm not about to be enamored with you about money that ain't mine. And if you ain't trying to break me off a good old chunk of it, it still don't impress me. So what is you giving me 10,000 and you a gazillionaire? That's chump change. You'll spend that on a watch. Not about to be no. Anyway. All right. So let's see. Screaming. Okay. Okay. Satan appeared in human form as usual. Who watched 3-6 Mafia, the dude from 3-6 Mafia interview? Where he said the devil come dressed like your friend. He'll come in the form of your friend. He'll come in the form of a music producer. He'll come. Who saw that? Crunchy Black. He said he come to you, but he gonna come looking like your friend. He's gonna come looking like your mama. He's gonna come looking like whoever, because he's a shapeshifter. DJ Vlad interview. Okay, so listen what it say right here. Satan appeared in human form as usual. The Bible tells you that beware, you never know when an entertaining the angel. And I say this all the time, it don't say good or bad. I don't know. You could watch it on TikTok. They got it a couple places. I think it's on Vlad TV. Which is scary because Vlad was a vampire. Vlad the Impaler is what all of our vampire movies is based on. So even with that and him being famous, you didn't stole the vampire name. Vlad the Impaler. That's where you get your. That's where you get all of your vampire, most of your vampire stuff. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler. And they say he a weirdo. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Names mean something. Keep trying to tell y'all they don't pick these names for no reason. How funny that we never see Vlad from. I always wondered about that. Why we never seen his face. Just hear his voice. Ain't that what vampires do? Be whispering to you, but you can't see them. You can hear their voice, but you can't see them. Mm-hmm. Mm. Crazy. Ashley, that's what happened. You know it. He undercover. You mean like the dude from Facebook and Instagram? Moving on. Yes, he's part of the Meta family. Nigga still ain't learned. We gonna move on. Okay. Anybody that wants you to. Okay. Well, where are we at? Okay. Here. Satan appeared in human form as usual, dressed completely in shining white. But his eyes glowed red as a flame, and he threw his head back and gave a howl and a scream and a hideous laugh of victory as the high priest drove a long spike through the man's head, pinning it to the cross, killing him. The crowd went crazy, screaming and shouting and dancing in crazed ecstasy at the victory. They loudly proclaimed all victory and power and honor to their father, Satan. Satan vanished shortly after to go to the next Black Sabbath. At his departure, the meeting turned into an X party, human with human, demon with human, and every type of sexual perversion imaginable was practiced. The victim's blood was drained off and mixed with the drugs and alcohol and drank by the high priest and the high priestess and passed through the crowd. Many of the crowd went up to desecrate the body. The night hours passed while the drugged and drunken, the drug demonic drunken frenzy of the crowd continued. Eventually, the body was severed from the head and ground up, and portions mixed with drugs and other substances. Those who wanted more power ate some of the mixture. Uh, the third day, as people began to come down from their drug state, they left for home in twos and threes, all proclaiming that the great and glorious Father, Satan, had won yet another victory over the enemy, Jesus Christ. What a mockery the Black Sabbaths are. Satan knows that they are a mockery. The ceremony itself is supposed to be symbolic of the death of Christ. Have I not been telling y'all that they are copycats through this whole reel? They dressed Jesus in white because when he came back from the dead, he was all light and in white. He had his white robe. So when he showed himself to the two men walking on the Damascus Road or whatever, and he showed himself, he did come back in white. But they mimic everything that God does. Every single thing. I told y'all he want to be like his daddy so bad because he wants the worship of his dad. That's why he got kicked out. Everything that they do, I told y'all, is copycat. He want God's glory, so he gonna do everything he feel like God do to get it. It's like little kids when they mimic after their parents. If they know their daddy put his boots on and then put his coat on and then grab his lunchbox, you say, "What do daddy do?" And they go and get and watch and do, and then they act like daddy or act like mommy. It's the same. Lucifer, God is his father. He's just a disowned son right now, and he's pissed. I'm on chapter 8, 9. But like I said, it might be a different page because of I said this earlier, it might be a different page or if it's an edited version, so it might not say the same. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Right? So look, we got that. So then we're going to read 9 turning points. It says the first real turning point in my life came about a year after I became the regional bride of Satan. My dream world of believing that I was actually loved by someone, Satan himself, was cruelly shattered. I believe Beyonce is the bride of Satan. Moving on. That's why she's called King and Queen Bee. Moving on. Apparently, or King Bee. Apparently, I had committed some minor offense because they said they party with weirdos, yeah, ho, and they showed us the druid like stuff with the animal faces, and I know that those are the things that be going on there. But moving on. Apparently, I had committed some minor offense against Satan, so minor, in fact, that I had not even realized that I had done anything. I was home alone one day when suddenly 4 huge demons appeared in a physical manifestation. Still don't believe your kids be seeing stuff in your house talking to people. And they always looking up like this. Huh? No. No, don't do that. No, stop it. Give it back. Right? Or no. Y'all done seen the kids. They always damn near looking up at the ceiling. Now, when they look at you, they ain't got their head cocked all the way back. It don't matter if dad is 6 feet tall. They still not doing that. Okay. Who is it? It's a man. He's on the ceiling. Well, what's he doing? And then the mom go take a video and you see a black spirit with their head crouched and crawl back. Wait, whoa, sir or ma'am or them, how y'all get in here? You see kids pulling and there's no string, there's no nothing. You see people, excuse me, covers being snatched off kids, babies being, I told you I used to wake up under my bed every morning. Like every morning I would wake up under my bed till I was like 7. And I was scared because we had a dust ruffle. You know, my mama was, I had the day bed with the dust ruffle at the bottom, and she was going to check under there because we had wood floors. It better be swept and mopped under there. So that was the only time. Okay. But I would wake up under that bed. And most times it was only in this one house. Because we stayed there from like, I think, so maybe 7 to 10. I would be stripped out of my clothes. Mind you, my parents worked nights and my brother worked. So it would only be me and my little brother there. I used to get so scared I would wake up, get my clothes on, and go jump in the bed with my brother. Terrified. I slept with him until I was like old. He's like, get out of my bed. No, it's something in my room. Yeah, it was real bad. I was tormented by spirits. But look at what I'm doing now and what I've done. So it makes sense. They've been tormenting me since I was a little kid. At my grandmother's house, every house I went to, I could see the demons there. And they used to mess with me. And nobody believed me, so I was a very sad child. I mean, I could come and, do what I needed to do, but I was a very sad kid on the inside. Because I was being tormented by demons at night, and I couldn't tell nobody about it. And then I was being tortured by my mom in the daytime, because the same demons that was torturing me was in her. That's how they was able to be in our house torturing me. Baby used to wake up under his bed, too. Oh, yeah, you pray over him. Him or her, yeah. Yeah. Because it started happening to my older daughter. It didn't happen to my son, but as soon as I had my older daughter and she turned 1, so many things, and her name means devoted to God, which is so crazy. And I would wake up and my daughter would be naked under her. She's 1. I would wake up and she would be at the door trying to get out one day. Like, she don't even go down the stairs in the daytime by herself. She can't. But every night I wake up and my baby would be downstairs and I purposely kept it dark so she wouldn't go down there steep stairs. She couldn't even get down during the day. But every night my baby would be down them stairs and at the door. At this one apartment that I lived in. And it didn't happen no more after that. No other places, but only in that. Listen, if you in Arizona, 59th and Camelback is where I was living at. 58th and Camelback. Them apartments over there, I don't care if they didn't redid them or whatever. Them apartments is demonic. My house almost burned down there. That's where the man came and told me that he was there near the devil. Arizona got a lot of creepy stuff that happens there. El Diablo. Diablo is the devil. Sun Devil Stadium. Diablo Street. Diablo this. Diablo that. The Sun Devil? You mean God? Rod? The one that was... That's the place where my daughter, who got diagnosed with a form of... She saw the devil there in 2011. And she said, Mommy, the devil is not red. She said he's green. And she said he got red eyes and horns that go back like this. I said, like a ram's horn? She said, yes. Then, within 24 hours of that, a lady that I never met in my life came to bring her daughter to my house to get her hair braided. This is after I just almost lost my leg and something was in my kitchen pouring hot water on my leg, and the dog kept going back and forth to the same place 4 hours earlier. and stand there and look at me. And I don't do animals, but we had a dog for these kids. The dog wasn't even allowed, like, past this certain point. She didn't give a damn that day. She came and looked at me and looked up and looked at me like, you don't see this thing standing here? That's exactly where I was standing at when I got burned by scalding hot water 4 hours later. Now, when the dog did that, I was in the house by myself. Nobody was there. But when I got burned, my kids and my brother-in-law was there. And I was standing, and my daughter's 2 friends, because they were sitting at the back of the island watching me cook. Nevaeh and Olivia, I'll never forget it. My girls was upstairs because they friends just come over and be in my face too, like they my kids. Okay. So you don't have to believe the spirits are in your house. You don't have to believe, but they attack me because I'm the enemy. They ain't messing with you. You might want to check your status. DMX was a harbinger that the demons continue to attack him. Yeah. Listen, be real things out here. Maplewood Apartments in Michigan too. That's when you first saw your first shadow man with the red eyes. Oh yeah, it's real. And parents, y'all wonder why y'all kids be acting up at school because they don't get no sleep at night. Them demons and imps and stuff do be running through their room, knocking their toys down. My youngest daughter said it used to be a cat, like the Cheshire cat or whatever you call it. The Alice in Wonderland cat used to be hanging up in their closet, upside down, and she could see his eyes going red. How do you get rid of them? First, you need to find out why they get to be there. And then I always annoy. I don't move none of my furniture or nothing into a house without praying over it first. It could have been a murder in there. And I know this because the house that I lived in ended up, like, when me and my not my ex-husband, but the guy that I was with before him, when we moved into this place, we started fighting like cats and dogs, pouring bleach and stuff I never did. Come to find out, it was a murder-suicide on that property 20 years before we lived there. And the neighbor said every single couple that moves in there, they be fighting like cats and dogs and this and that. And then I found out that it was a murder-suicide there. In the late 80s, early 90s, a man killed his wife and killed himself. And I had got a white noise recorder because it was just so much weird stuff going on in my house. I'm like, man, I'm about to get a white noise. And that's when you could download one on your phone. I don't know if you still can. It was an app. Well, I did that. And me and my ex was talking. Now my ex-husband's the guy that I was with right before him. So we talking, and we got the right recorder on, the white noise recorder. So when we played it back, you could hear a voice saying, kill, she, kill, she, kill, she. And right after that, he punched me in my head and strangled me till I passed out on the side of my car. And then this is the same person that when I moved back to Arizona, he strangled me and was over me saying, don't be dead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Believe it if you want to. And he had an older car that he had to take the horn thing off because at night, now mind you, these doors would be locked. We moved to AZ. If somebody would be laying on his horn. So we'll run outside, and it's like a big boat horn. We'll run outside, and nobody's in the car. The doors is still locked and everything. So he had to unhook the horn. Y'all, do y'all know this man unhooked both of them little things from the horn? And we went, and this is all in the same night. Went and laid down, and within 10 minutes, that horn was going again. And it was not even hooked to the battery. And that was the kind you had to hook it to the battery. It was not hooked to the battery, not either side of it. And that horn was blaring so much so that the people called the police. Your son deals with it as bad, just as bad as you. Yeah. Listen, because that's what a generational curse is. Once you die, they just transfer to your child, and they start transferring to them. They use you to abuse your children and make your children feel neglected and stuff so they can get in and stay in the family. Military bases too, I believe it. Because my homeboy, he was in 9/11 and all of that. He was doing tours, and when he went, he was like 18. He told us about the demonic things they saw in Arabia, all these big old spirits and big old things. They used to start crawling. And he said at first he used to think he was tripping because they was in the desert so long. He was like, nah, it's over there. Mm-hmm. What is my faith? Did you just come in? And why do that matter? I be wanting to know. Because if you take time to listen, you'll know. I don't feel like that's something that you have to broadcast. People will know by your life. Like a lot of people want you to say certain things, but then they don't be living that. So I don't necessarily. I believe in the creator of the universe and his son. Yeah, but y'all use a whole bunch of names and forget that he went out into the world, and so then they try to make you say his name ain't this and his name ain't that, but he went out into the world, so he's gonna change his name when he went because they don't have those vowels over there in other languages. He's not an idiot, so I don't get caught up in are you a Christian? Are you Baptist, Methodist? I don't claim none of that stuff because God, there is no religion when it comes to him. Religion is just something you do every day, and people will try to change it as faith, but that's still even saying it's the same thing. Yeah, we have a relationship with the Creator. Yeah, because people will try to get you to say, "Oh, I'm an Israelite," or "I'm a this," or "I'm a that," and where did God say that we were supposed to call ourselves any of those things? He knew that people were going to use that as a badge to separate, and he called for unity. So it's a lot of stuff that I don't play into because it causes division, a lot of it, and it doesn't cause unification. Think about it. Oh, I'm Baptist. I can't go to that church. I'm Methodist. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I can't talk to them. So it's more division than it is unification when you get to classifying yourself as something. Oh, the Baptists do that. I'm not going over there. Oh, the Pentecostals, honey, they. I go to a non-denominational. You still classifying yourself as something, which is still causing division. That's why I say we just followers of the creator of the universe and his son. You see what I mean? Because then I don't gotta be trapped to only do what y'all do. God can do whatever he want to do with me. He can take me to the Buddhists. He can take me, and they not gonna be offended because one, I took the time to learn what they stuff is, so I don't go offending nobody. Because ain't nobody gonna listen to you when you offending them. Have you even taken the time to learn why what I believe is wrong? Why you kind of trying to come and tell me? What facts do you have besides what's in your hand? Can you show me something from what? Have you even taken the time to study the guys that I know so you could tell me who they really? I mean, like, it's been big beef between Baptist, Kojic, Pentecostals, and now the Hebrew Israelites. I already know, and that's why I ain't joining with nobody. That's why I told you. I told God I will teach whatever you want me to teach, but I don't want to be in no pulpit. I don't want to be classified. It's nothing. You tell me where you want to go, and this I reached to so many more folks. And this was a fluke because I got banned off of something for something so simple and came over here for a week and boom. But if y'all, why y'all think I don't put such and such apostolic Pentecostal minister nothing? I don't put, because then people ain't gonna come and learn. They see church, they automatically go. You see pastor, you go listen 30 seconds and move on. You done judged them already. No, this is school. It feel like church sometimes, but it's school. The Bible said, come and learn of me. And before so many people got baptized in Jesus' name, they have been walking with God for maybe 6 months to a year, listening to his teachings before they ever went down to go get baptized. He took time to teach them. That's why I told y'all this ain't got nothing. I ain't trying to live. God gonna deal with you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Who come over here and read the word and you don't get chopped in your throat? I don't have to say you did it. As soon as you read it, you feel your tears well up in your eyes. You get chills. You be like, "Oh, Jesus, hold on." You feel it in your stomach. Do I gotta tell you? Or when you read it for yourself, do it tap dance on your heart? I don't gotta say you. We just reading, and if it chop you in your throat, cover up, cover up. I ain't judging. Oh, Circa's judging, baby. These is not my words. You just read it. That mean I didn't write it. Circa's name is not on none of these books. These ain't my words. So anytime I'm reading to you out of the scripture, don't get offended. Get right, cause it offends me too when I'm in the wrong. Let the hit dog holler. It don't got nothing to do with me. But I'm not trying to force your opinion either on what is right and what is wrong. I want you to read for yourself. I want you to know for yourself why it's wrong or why it's right or why you're supposed to do or what the causes are. Because me telling you, then you'll be right back in it. But if you can see it for yourself, oh shoot, no, I'm walking around that baby. That ain't that no. I know the cost of that. I don't gotta shove it. Y'all come here because y'all want to learn. You're not forced to be here. You're not forced to go out, auntie, and buy 7,652 books. Y'all, auntie, I bet she said she wasn't gonna get no more. Auntie, you went 400 yet? Who got downloaded? And we count ebooks too. If you took it and printed it out, that's whose library has grown? I know my auntie had. She had out in 310. I think she had 325 or something now. Auntie, is you here? Is you here, auntie? Mine. Let's run them numbers and don't be embarrassed. It don't matter if you got one book or 100. Because if you got the OTP, you really got more than that. Because that's a book in each. It's about 100 books in them. I just got rid of 80. Why would you get rid of books and they get ready to take the internet away? You got 14, 7. I'm almost at 400. I knew it. I knew we had some 400ers in here. I haven't got 300 books yet, but I understand how to better study the words. Come on now. I just want to know. And that's why I said, baby, if you got two, you got to think, though. With the Old Testament Supergrapha, you got almost 100. How many books in there? I started with one book, and now I have 20. Come on, Ash. I got about 15 and pushing. I got over 200. Oh, Stephanie, 50. Man, I just got a lot. 5 books on download. Come on. About 200. I need to make room for my biblical books. Oh, okay. 20. About 23. About 20 for me. 4. Come on. I get chopped a lot. 4. Come on now. 50. But this is the thing, too. That's just your sounding board. That's just your springboard. For those of you that don't have a lot, believe me, before you look up and you know it, you'll be like, oh God, I don't got nowhere to. Where did all these books come from? I don't even know how they got. Listen, about 60. Come on. I love my shoes and husband for my books. 200 downloaded in physical. Wow. You just received his princess every day today. Ooh, I love that book, baby. It is. Did y'all women go get that? We got one for the men too. Brothers. It's a book I need y'all to go get for y'all sons. And ladies, I'm going to show y'all. I'm about to, thank you for reminding me. Devotions are always good. You need to get one for your desk, your truck at work. Ladies, get one for your husband. They deal with a lot. My page yesterday was traps. And what was I talking about? Being in the trap. This was my page for yesterday, being trapped in anger. And somebody did, remember I told y'all somebody trying to get under my skin? I didn't read this page until last night. Had I read it in the morning like I normally do, I probably wouldn't have popped off on that lady like I did. But this book right here, for your teenage girls, for your young adults, your mama, your auntie, this right here, it'll get her right. She got a nasty attitude. She won't have to read in this. And for my... Did I take it in there and leave it? Seriously, Circa? Come on. These are two good devotionals. This is Devotions for the God Guy by Michael DeMarco and His Princess Every Day. This, and it's thick. This got like 500 pages, devotionals, and it's good. Y'all want to hear my page from yesterday? Because I told y'all, Circa got another side that's not real nice. So y'all want to see how God be tap dancing on my head? Not even just in this, but this. I sent you a book for that group on TV. Okay. Y'all ready? So yesterday I was pissed off because somebody kind of talked crazy to me. And I was like, oh, but I've been cool with you. I've been nice with you. Like I've always been the office lady. And I snapped. I ain't even gonna lie because they've been doing some stupid stuff and I don't like it. So moving on. So last night before I went to bed, after I got off here, so let me read my devotional for the day. Ooh, if God didn't chop me right in my throat, because I went off through the papers and everything and did, because I'm tired of y'all. And they be watching. So yes, if you see, I'm talking about you because I've been more than nice. But anyway, see, already about to get in trouble again. You ready? See, it's another side to Circa that's real mean that people don't know is here. Okay. Real quick. Yes, I be watching your little lies. My little? I guarantee I talk to more people than you do in a day and deal with way more issues than you do in a day since you're so much more busy than me. You work for 8 hours. I work about 20. Because she be watching. So, there's that. Today's traps. I mean, today's love letter traps, and I let it get mad, and y'all see I'm feeling it again. Because I am not ugly to people, and people be ugly to me, and they think because I'm nice that I won't spaz. Moving on. This was my page last. My beloved daughter, I know there is much happening in the world to get angry about, but anger is a trap set by the enemy of your soul. If you take the bait of anger, you will become bitter, and nothing good is ever birthed out of bitterness. My beloved, so when you feel angry, cry out to me and confess that anger. I am the one who can handle your heart and walk you through the battlefields of rage and anger. I told y'all them be two I be dealing with. And people be running up on folks thinking because they little or whatever else, baby, you do not need a lot of dynamite. You need this much to blow down a whole block. I do not understand why people think size matters. Because it don't. It don't. Cancer is this small, you can't even see it, but it'll infiltrate and take over a whole healthy body. One cell. So, size don't mean nothing. Moving on. So when you feel angry, cry out to me and confess that anger. I did. And I am the one who can handle your heart and walk through the battlefields of rage and anger. I will teach you how to live a life free from the destruction anger brings. You can be at peace as long as you learn to trust me and to deal with all those. You can be at peace as you learn to trust me and to deal with all those who have hurt my girl. Love, your Heavenly Father. Dear friends, never take revenge. Leave that to the righteous anger. Leave that to the righteous anger of God. For the scriptures say, I will take revenge and I will pay them back, says the Lord. So I don't got to worry about how she treated me yesterday. Because, baby, when I tell you exactly how you treat a person, you don't know you're signing yourself up for that same thing. So here we go. Starting today, I will no longer carry bitterness in my heart. I will hand over my anger to my Heavenly Father, who will give me peace. I choose to let my God walk me through my anger and battle, so my life will no longer be lived through bitterness, but lived through peace. So that's why I like this book, because it touch on everything. And I got several different ones too. I've been bought these for so many people. You know what I mean? Different ones. But also this one for the dudes. Is this some men in here? Who's the man? Give me it. Let me see who's the man first. I'm only gonna do 2 men pages and that's it. And I'm not doing no more pages. If you a man, say man so I know. Mr. Gentleman 2, and then okay, so Mr. Gentleman 2, give me a page between 1 and 365. Okay, hold on. Daniel will get you 2. Give me a number, but Mr. Gentleman 2, give me a number between 1 and 265. I mean 365. 65. Okay. All right. It says when your people turn, praise your name and pray and plead with you in this temple, then hear them in heaven, forgive the sins of your people Israel, and bring them back to the land that you gave them and to their ancestors. Second Chronicles. It says to understand how much God hates your sin, you only have to look as far as the cross. Everything that is selfish, envious, bitter, resentful, or angry, everything in you that is not a part of the character of God, is what put Christ on the cross. When you confess your sin every day, you agree with God that a lot of you is broken and at odds with godliness, and so you honor the cross. But when you forget or skip over that very crucial part each day, you start to take Christ's death for granted and so dishonor the cross. If you stop becoming aware of the ugliness of sin and start to ignore it, or worse yet, accept it, you start you start a steady downhill slide that will take you farther and farther from God. When you think you are forgiven just because God loves you and you forget the bloody cross of his son, you are acting like that very cross was unnecessary. It is important to really understand that it isn't simply God's love for you, but Christ's death and your acceptance of I'm sorry, and your acceptance of that sacrifice that saves you. Don't let yourself get so comfortable with your sin, which was his death sentence, that you can't see it anymore. Agree with God every day about your sinfulness. Confess everything that doesn't come from him, and agree that it is what sent his son to the cross. God promises that when his people turn away from sin and pray to him in repentance, that he will listen. When you do that, you will also find that your relationship with God grows in depth and power and peace. Confession is good for the soul. Did you get that, sir? I know I was messing up because these words just a little. And I got to start learning to use my readers at the bottom of here. You said 110, Daniel? All right, Daniel. Ooh, no, I'm just playing. Okay. It says, whoever loves discipline loves to learn, but whoever hates correction is a dumb animal. Proverbs 12:1. Love hurts, especially when it comes to discipline. Out of his love for you, God lets pain come into your life so that you can grow and learn. We just talked about this yesterday. It's called discipline. Action, reaction, and reward, or action, reaction, and discipline. We talked about this morning. It's called discipline, and it is done not out of anger or rage. We just talked about that on my page, but in love and kindness. It's designed to correct you so that you won't fall into that disaster again. Discipline is the teacher of the righteous. It teaches you where you have gone astray and reminds you how to get back on track. When you only want what's best for your life and your faith, then you won't hate discipline, but you'll look at it as a chance for improvement. Correction is like the holy reset button. It lets you stop and see where you're off track and how to get back on track. The longer you fear or hate correction, the longer you'll be trapped in the turmoil of your sin. I don't want to hear it. When you're ready for wisdom and a peace that goes beyond anything you can imagine, accept correction as a wise disciple and don't run from it like a dumb animal. They got a women version of this too, and it says the exact same thing. It just says she and not he. So if you like this book, ladies, they have a devotions of the God girl as well. And I have bought it for me and my husband, a couple other people. It's the same book. It's just they just changed the his and hers in it. 120. I do 120 and 213. Then was the last one. 120 and 213. Hold on. All right. 120 says, whoever shuts his ear to the cry of the poor will call and not be answered. What I tell y'all, when you selfish, all you got is yourself. And if you stingy, you ain't got nobody to depend on. Look at that. Ooh. All right. Are you guilty of mistreating the poor? You have the things and the money that they need, but you never deliver it to them because you are so used to looking at everything you get as being for your own good. Thank you for picking 120. I love it. I love you for doing that. I'm about to bust it. Let me get my hammer. Let me go on and get my hammer. Ooh, wait, let me go and get my hammer. Let me go and get my hammer because this about to be some hair smoke right here today. Good job, Danny. Good job, Danny. Danny, good job. You about to bust some heads this morning. With your 120. 20. Let me quickly stop before I begin hurt myself. Okay. We just talked about it. We sure did, Isabel. We just talked about it. Okay. So, we're going to read that again. Are you guilty of being stingy? Are you guilty of mistreating the poor? You have the things and money that they need, but you never deliver it to them because you are so used to looking at everything you get as being for your own good. Can you be trusted with delivering what is needed to God's people? When you take a look at God's word, you see that your stuff is not your own and was meant to be shared with the people who need it more. How many times y'all heard me say that? God don't just give you stuff for you. He give it to you so you can bless the people around you. And when you unselfish, when you're not selfish, he'll give you so much you get to keep it yourself. You'll be trying to give it away to people. Oh, y'all don't know the secret. But stinginess. Anyway, moving on. I've been telling y'all this has been my secret to my life since my mama kicked me out at 11 years old. It was not a game. Stingy don't get you nowhere. Okay. But how can that happen when you have so little? You're not rolling in it. You're lucky to get what you need for yourself. Well, think about the widow. We just talked about her who gave away her last 2 coins. Jesus said, I can guarantee this truth. This poor widow has given more than all the others. All of these people have given what they could spare, but she, in her poverty, has given everything she had to live on. As a God guy, what you do today determines your path tomorrow. Learn while you are young to give to the poor. Don't hoard what you have. It'll all mean nothing to you in the kingdom of heaven. So give, and be happy. And now y'all see why. And I ain't popping my collar, but my family didn't call me naive. You just want to be lied. You giving all your stuff away. And I told you I used to get whooped because I would see kids at my school and they would be dirty. I'm talking about I'm in 2nd grade, 1st grade. I would go home, get shoes, clothes, food, and pack this backpack because my mama would be at work. Take brand new dresses out of my closet, brand new shorts. My mama being just came home with $1,000 layaway, baby. I done went through there shopping, taking stuff like she needs it. My mama, come on, where this at? I gave it away. Go get the bill. Told y'all when I got married, that's the first story she told this heifer used to go in there and take $100 dresses in the 80s. You know that $100 dress is still a lot now, but in the 80s, it was like $500 or more. I take it with the tags on it from dealers or wherever, baby, and fold it up nice and take it right on to school and give her socks because I had plenty. We had brand new. I could go down in our basement, open up this door where our sauna was, and go get a brand new pair of socks brand new pair of underwear, t-shirts, whatever I wanted, and that stuff was down there. Markers, pen, paper, everything, soap. I'll get the Irish Spring or Dial or whatever it was. Take some, man, listen, I used to get beat up. My mom used to be pissed. Girl, I work hard for this. Well, they needed it too, and we got a lot. I was robbing the hood early, taking it to the people. Sure was. And got beat, and she still laughs and cackles about that now. But at least your baby had a giving heart, and she could see the need of the people early. We don't laugh about that though. And look at how blessed I am. Truly blessed. Y'all, I had to tell y'all to quit sending me stuff. And no, you don't have to send this for this or this for that. Told you, because when your hand is closed, you can't receive nothing crazy. This is stingy. What you gonna pick up? What can anybody put in your hand if you stingy? But if you always giving, your hand always open to receive, dude. What you done said. Stingy, you can't even get nothing. You got the same hand you got to roll out to give is the same you got to roll out to receive. So if your hands is closed up, you can't give or receive, boo. So there's that. Here's 213. I'm getting it back for me. Oh, then look how you're going to have to work harder and harder and harder and harder to get that bag if you only think about yourself. This is what people don't realize. This is God's math. That's why I say God's math be math. And you can take $1 and give it to a person that's asking for it, and he'll turn around and give you 100 because he know you'll give. So then you give him that 10, and then he give him 1,000, give you 1,000, then you give him that 100, then he give you 10,000, then you give him 1,000. Like, this how God's sowing and reaping work. It ain't take all I can for me, scam, get whatever, because that's the devil's way. Come on. Y'all give to me because I give to others. And y'all didn't even say, nope, I stopped sending her money because she'll give it away. So I started buying her stuff. Well, that ain't fair. Because we still helping people. I don't need it for me. But if we got people that need it, don't be like that. Y'all done bought me every damn thing. It ain't no more space. Shoot. It ain't no more space. But guess what? I've been blessed even before TikTok. Because I've always given. I can't be stingy because I don't like seeing people in a bad situation. Some people get a kick out of being the best in everything and everybody and having more. I don't. Because now you're going to be trying to do stuff to ruin my life because you feel like you don't have what I have. So let's get you up here with me. Come on. And that way you can feel good about yourself and we can enjoy each other, whatever that might be. Stingy don't get you nowhere, especially with God. That's why it be killing me about these church people that you be dressed in all your fine attire in your fine car, and you ain't gonna. I ain't giving them no dollar. And I'm a Christian. You don't talk to me like that. No, you're a stingy. Because God gave. He gave His only begotten Son. His Son gave His life so that we could be okay. But you don't have to do it, Christian. You're not going to put yourself, oh, honey, I get to worry about paying my own bills. Well, the miracle is you give your bill money away, and then God, you don't got to pay your bills for 6 months. You cheated yourself. What happens to those people that has things and asking for money? What does it mean? What do you mean? You're talking about the people that are not really, God is going to get them. If anything you get ill-gotten, you're going to pay for it. It's cursed. So you curse as long as you're getting stuff ill-gotten. But you can't worry about that. See, that's the problem. It ain't your job to worry about it. You don't know if they might have that they could, but they might be hustling for another family. There's plenty of times I went to the strip club, my bills was paid, but I was hustling to get somebody else rent. Help somebody else. My bills was paid, but I still went in the club because my homegirl called me. She about to get evicted. Let me go in here and make this little change so these kids can be cool. So you will talk about somebody and what they doing, but you don't know who they taking care of, and God see their heart. It ain't none of your business. Because you're not going to be judged on what they did. You're going to be judged on what you did. And God is not even going to bring up their part of the equation in your judgment day. It's only going to be, did you see a person in need? Yes. Did you help them? Well, no, because no or yes. No. And in judgment day, you won't be able to lie. Because your mouth ain't going to speak. It said your chest is going to open up. And you, out of your heart, out of your chest is going to speak. You won't be able to lie to Christ. There will be no buts. But I thought, and well, it's a yes or no, yay or nay, yay or nay. Are you guilty? Yay or nay? And you won't be able to lie. You will not be able to lie. So how you can finagle your way out of it and make it like it's not that bad, judgment day is yes or no. Are you guilty? Yes or no? And you won't be able to lie. Did you give to the homeless person you saw? Yes or no? No. Do you get judged for the sins? You're going to be judged for everything, but if it's covered under the blood, if God chooses to cover that under the blood. Yes, there are things that are so, but if you don't forgive people, you're not going to be forgiven for nothing. So it don't matter if you repented for it. If you haven't forgiven, God said, I ain't going to forgive you. So you can ask for forgiveness, but if you still holding on to something that is whatever, you know what I mean? Renisha, you just answered your own question. Did you just answer your own question? Anything is evil, it ain't good, honey. You answered your own question. You answered the question before you asked it. Right there. 2 words right before that you answered it. I want to say this. Now, this might have nothing to do with nothing. But y'all remember Jake Ballard? Who is Jake Ballard? To those of you that know, who is Jake Ballard? Scandal. He was a CIA / other agent. Y'all don't think that it's funny that Tim Ballard is telling all this stuff? The real CIA agent. Could Tim be Jake? Huh? Do you guys know who Tim Ballard is? I was wondering today. I said, no, is this Tim Ballard? Jake Ballard? Y'all better go look at what he be talking about and then go back and watch Scandal. I said, well, the easiest way to tell us something is to put it right in her face. No. So I'm gonna read this 213, then I'm about to go. I was just wondering, it was a question. That's it, that's all, it was a question. Tim Ballard, Jake Ballard, they were in the same kind of business. I was even kind of good. Jack Bauer from 24. I don't know. I haven't seen 24 in a long time. That was an older show, right? Okay, let's go. 213. It says, I guarantee that although he doesn't want to get up to give you anything, he will get up and give you whatever you need because he is your friend and because you were so bold. Again, God's people turned their backs on him. Repeatedly, they forgot him, and over again, he made ways to bring them back. There are going to be times in your life when you get confused about God. Does he love me? Is he listening? Is he even there? But you can't let that confusion overwhelm you. You have to get back into the Word of God to find his promises and to be reassured by all the times that he has fulfilled them. He'll never leave you. That started our song today. That started this class. And if you feel like he has, then remember the parable Jesus told about the guy who wouldn't open the door when his friend came by. CERCA. The friend was relentless. Ooh, you're just not going to go away. He wouldn't stop knocking. And to get him to stop, the guy finally opened the door. Jesus told this story to tell you don't give up. God is listening and he is there. And your only job is not to give up when everything in you says he's not going to come to the door. Something beautiful can be found in persistence in relationship to faith. Don't ever let how you feel at the moment erase the fact that God is always there and always ready to listen. He might not be speaking right now, but that doesn't mean anything to the one who knows his promises. Just keep on going after him and keep on knocking, and the door will open up and he will be there. What y'all think? What y'all think? So, ladies, get y'all husbands, sons, brothers, cousins, uncles that book. You can get it for yourself too. They got it in the female version, or get that His Princess Everyday book. Women, it's real good. Get it for your daughters, new mothers, new wives, soon to be's, people in your church that got a nasty attitude, and you think maybe the word will actually save them and not the regurgitated stuff. But get them that book, sister. I've been thinking about you, and I just think the Lord laid this on my heart. Not a lot. But yeah, go on and bust them with that. And I bet you'll start to see a change. You got to do it every day, sister. We gonna go on a thing where we read each other. I'm going to call you and get a page. And then you going to call me and read the page. And God will bust them in their head every time. He bust me. I just got chopped in the throat for being mad. And it be instant. Didn't I tell y'all? I got mad earlier. But this is the thing. When I got up yesterday, he told me to read the book. And I was like, I'll read it later. But that used to be my first thing. That I said, I'll read it later. Had I read that, the whole situation, I wouldn't have got mad yesterday. Thanks for cracking my brain today. You're welcome. I needed that today. God knows how to tap dance on my chest. Yes, he do, Taji. That's why I be saying when people be like, oh, you need a pastor. Well, I was doing everything under the sun when I had a pastor, but now it's just the Lord looking over me. Baby, I'd be like, I can't do that. And I ain't saying don't have one, but if your pastor is not growing in God, what you gonna do? Okay, what you gonna do? Get somebody else to do it exactly. Y'all come here. We've been on here 167 minutes, so 2 hours and 7 minutes. No, 2 hours, almost 3 hours. We've been on here, and y'all will learn. It's in my bio, baby. Just go up to my bio up there. It's all in there. Yep, or go to my website, CERCA TROVA 22, and it's all the information is there. You can see all the different emails for where you need to send and all that stuff. It's all there. CERCATROVA22.com. Soon we gonna have this app and it'll be on there. That's what I'm gonna do. I might not get back on today because I gotta work on this app. I just keep putting it off, but we need to get this app on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. So I've been crying for the last hour. Lord, please keep it. Yeah, but this is the thing though. If you emptying out now, you ain't taking none of this stuff with you. So at least you getting your spirit lighter so it can fly up out of here. You ain't walking around and keeping and holding on. That's what depression is. A lot of times depression is people don't let stuff go. And so then you gotta carry it. And it get heavy because year after year you piling stuff on before you know it, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to get out of bed. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed either. Because your spirit is heavy. So it make your body heavy. And not able to move and all of that. I don't want nothing. I don't want no parts of that. Dang, it's 10 o'clock already. All right, let me get up and get moving. I got a few things I need to do today. 3 hours, you super late. Yeah, we got on early this morning. I've been trying to go back to doing my early classes, like before people go to work, on the ride to work, so that I don't have to be up late, y'all, because I ain't been able to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning in a long time, and it's irritating me. I do not like getting up and seeing the sun is already up. It drives me crazy. I need to be up 2 hours before the sun now, at least. Ugh. So my schedule, that's why I ain't been on at the right times, but maybe I'm on a new schedule. I don't know. I don't too much like it. Cause I feel like my day gone already. Cause by the time the sun come up, I be and wash some dishes, did a couple loads of laundry, have my studies, all of that stuff. Then I come on here and I ain't been able to do it. It changed your whole life. You started your life journey. Good job. I think we got a lot of sisters and brothers in the community since last year. It make me happy. It's gonna change your life. Stop worrying about whatever the people think when you got your, if you Doing that life journey, you will stop worrying about what other people think. I promise. It helps with that. Because your hair ain't going to always be fly unless you constantly getting it twisted. And then which ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's supposed to be you being okay with being unkept. Is a lot of what locks is about. How you are is how you are. It's not always going to be pressed. It's not always going to be slave to the gods. I mean, you can. But when you okay with the roots, because if your roots ain't good and strong, your hair ain't going to be good and strong, right? So this is a lot. Like I told y'all, my hair ain't even because it was uneven when I started it because my life was uneven, my spiritual life and everything. And Toya told me don't worry about the ones that be breaking off because they do. But she said that's your hair releasing things. And I think about it and she wasn't lying because where all the weak points are, when I go back and count, like, because I know so many inches here, it was some of the roughest times in my marriage. Because I started my hair into my, like, at the end of my first year of my marriage, I started my locks. So with that, I can see the weak points. And it was times in my life when I was at my weakest point, I was like, God, I'm not going to make it. And your hair will tell that story. The lupus on my scalp keeps taking my hair in spots. You could be using the wrong oils too, Quita. Because my lupus be trying to flare up my rashes and stuff. But I use apple cider vinegar. And you can't just let them go. You got to keep everybody can't go months without, if your sebum levels are different, it could just be sebum. And they'll tell you it's your lupus. But if you keep your scalp clean, okay, you gotta, when you got lupus, we got all that skin stuff. So that's why I have to shampoo my hair like every 3 to 4 weeks. I can't let my hair go 6 weeks, 7 weeks without, because my scalp will be full. It'll be gross because I sweat a lot and I make a lot of sebum. My skin is oily. So a lot of that could be that too. So one of the things you can do is get a dry shampoo. There's a purple one that I use. I can't think of what it's called. I showed it before. But there's a purple one that got like a tan. It's purple and then it got the tan label on it with a purple top. You can use that to clean your scalp in between shampoos and see. Because a lot of times all of this is back. Now, this is the cosmetologist part. Sometimes what they blame on medical stuff really just be your diet. It could be if you're taking medicine. And if your skin is dry, because if your skin is dry, your scalp is going to be dry. It's just an extension of your skin. 2, whatever breaks, if different oils and stuff make you kind of bump up when you put it on or you break out, the same for your scalp. It's the extension of that. So you have to keep the same way you scrub this. You sometimes have to take and do some dry shampoo, whether your hair is natural or not. You got braids. This is just scalp, maintenance. You just take a regular cloth and put that dry shampoo in there. It's like herbs and a little alcohol or whatever, and rub it down, and you will see the dirt. You will see it. But that's everybody. You can do this with normal hair. It don't matter if it's locks or not. You will literally be able to see the dirt, and that's just from pollution in the air, things landing on your scalp, or all of that. And 2, could be your pillowcases. If you don't sleep with your hair covered up, you gotta wash your pillowcases a lot because that bacteria and the sebum and stuff from you scratching and locks. Everybody know you. I mean, dandruff is real for everybody. So that'll be on your pillow, and then it does that, and then it gets back in your hair, and then it goes back. So you gotta do. It's a lot of stuff just even without locks, just regular hair for your skin and your scalp that you gotta do. And they'll tell you because they be trying to put all them creams on there. It ain't nothing but you gotta wash your scalp more often. You can't wait this long to wash your hair, or you can't put certain oils in your hair because your body reacts to them differently. You make an oil for this problem. Okay, but just think about it. Me, I can't use heavy oils. Not saying anything, but thank you. Please get with an Anave. I don't know how to say that. But it like I said, it just goes with you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can stand heavy oils. Some people have oily skin, so it makes more sebum, which causes a problem, and then they get that cake and nice, and it stinks. Because I did hair, it stinks, especially if it's because it's dead skin cells, dirt, and oil mixed together. That stink, and then it get hard and crusty and all of that. So Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff that you can use. You just have to find what's gonna work for your scalp. Yeah, because I can't put oil on my scalp. I can only put it on my hair. If I put oil on my scalp, I'm gonna have so much sebum, and I've tried all different oils. If I put it on my scalp, I can put it in my hair, but I can't put it on my scalp. Yep. And I got all the, beautiful oils. So get with her, y'all. If dry is a thing, moisture is a thing, all of that stuff. Are locks hard to take care of? No, it's the freest hairstyle I ever had. And baby, I was busting 32-inch bundles way before now. And 27 inches and 30-inch curly deep waves, baby. Yes. All the sew-ins, all the braids, all the cut and go get it wrapped and moosed down and hit with the little, oh no, baby. I get up and go. Your hair is always done. I can jump in the water and not worry about it. It's great. Your hair is always done, whether it's done or not, whether it's twisted or not. My hair is always combed. I've got 2 combs now. But yeah, I don't own no combs. I gave my daughters all my flat irons. My bathroom don't have all of that mess in it no more. Did I do the big chop? Several times before I did it. But you don't have to chop it. You can take that relaxed hair and go get Instalock today. You don't got to chop it off. Now, you're going to have to take care of it, but you don't have to chop it. You can literally go and get a needle and mat that hair, that permed hair, and start your locks today. You do not have to wait. You don't. They be telling you to chop for what? I'm about to mat. If I leave this hair on my head with a relaxer and don't do nothing to it, it's going to mat into a ball anyway. So then I don't have to chop it. Because I done had to comb out people's heads that had like bird nests and they had relaxers. I couldn't spritz mine with water every day. Some people can't spritz with water every day, y'all. See, something, that's why I said you got to find what works for you. Because my hair would be mildewy as hell if I did that. Even in my beginning, I couldn't. Because they wouldn't lock. My hair had to be almost like, it had to be dry. Some people hair like better when it's wet because it mats and dry. Like, you got to know what your hair thing is. You did the big chop 5 years ago, dang near bald, and your hair is back. It don't take long if you take care of it. Thank you for today. I'm about to go binge watch on YouTube. Hey, girl, get your popcorn and stuff. You're going to need a notebook too, Pumpkin. Miss China. You're going to need a notebook. All my newbies, go on to the Dollar Tree or to your little Five Below, wherever you're going to go. Get you a stack of highlighters because you will need them. They charge more than that. Trini, $2,700 for Instalock, depending on the ones you get. I'm about to go watch Django. I want to. I need to find me something to eat. Mm-hmm. The lady told my mama $1,700 when she was gonna get her Instalock, and that was like a couple years ago, up in Phoenix. Yeah. All right, I'm going. I love y'all. Got to go. I will talk to you later. Love y'all.